opportunity breaking down the door. Yeah, I am the life energy, I am the force. I am the opportunity breaking down the door. I am the end to the means. I am the final touch you need. I am the means that precede reputation. I stay high when they wanna go low. No switch to sweet, I just get up and roll. No AI, I'm the OG me. LOL to the ones trying to rip for free. Yeah, I stay high when they wanna go low. No switch to sweet, I just get up and roll. No AI, I'm the OG me. LOL to the ones trying to rip for free. Yeah, ain't nothing in this world that's stopping me. Ain't nothing in this world that's stopping me. Ain't nothing in this world that's stopping me. Ain't nothing, nah. Ain't nothing in this world that's stopping me. Ain't nothing in this world that's stopping me. Ain't nothing in this world that's stopping me. Ain't nothing that. Switch to sweet, I just get up and roll. No AI, I'm the OG me. LOL to the ones trying to rip for free. Yeah, I stay high when they wanna go low. No switch to sweet, I just get up and roll. No AI, I'm the OG me. LOL to the ones trying to rip for free. Yeah.
Déjame ver otro lado,
Baja tus brazos cruzados, relaja los hombros pesados y abre el pecho que está cerrado. Déjame ver otro lado y baja tus brazos cruzados, relaja los hombros pesados y abre el pecho que está cerrado. Sí, sí, miraste pa' dentro y volviste. Sí, sí, te desviaste y luego seguiste. Sí, sí, pero te levantaste y pa'lante fuiste. Sí, sí, volviste y eres mi brújula, te sigo. Dame algo real y algo que me tinque. Más chiste, menos chisme. Dame algo original y algo que me indique. Dale fuerte que pique. Permítate, pana. Yo veo tus sueños cumpliéndose mañana. Yo veo tu futuro, el reflejo de tu alma. No te falta suerte, sigue con ganas. Sí, sí, miraste pa' dentro y volviste. Sí, sí, te desviaste y luego seguiste. Sí, sí, pero te levantaste y pa'lante fuiste. Sí, sí, volviste y eres mi brújula, te sigo si me permites. No dejes que tu chispa se extinga, no dejes que tu esencia se acabe. Siempre has sido tú quien determina si te levantas cuando caes. No dejes que tu chispa se extinga, no dejes que tu esencia se acabe. Siempre has sido tú quien determina si te levantas cuando caes. Déjame ver otro lado, baja tus brazos cruzados, relaja los hombros pesados y abre el pecho que está cerrado. Déjame ver otro lado y baja tus brazos cruzados, relaja los hombros pesados y abre el pecho que está cerrado. Dame algo real, al, y algo que me tinque. Dame algo original, al, y algo que me indique. Que venga de corazón, son, y que me repique. Dame algo real, al, y algo que me tinque.
Give me girls, give me drinks. I wanna party, don't wanna think. I wanna do, how about you? What do you say? Give me bottles, give me a buzz. Give me the music, give me some love. Wanna get drunk, I wanna play. Give me drinks. I wanna party, don't wanna think. I wanna do, how about you? What do you say? Give me bottles, give me a buzz. Give me the music, give me some love. Wanna get drunk, I wanna play.
in your space and I don't say sorry. Everybody fading, looking for the Rari. I'm not everybody, I'm not everybody. Wake up feeling like a 10. Call me an Uber and he pull up in a Benz. Wake up feeling good again. On a good time, so I'll bring my friends. I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. You could kiss the ring, I'm the best. Unimpressed with the rest, I'm the best. I'm the best? Will you come closer? I know what you like. Promise you'll come over. We'll have a good time. Have a good time. If you come over, you can spend the night. Spend the night. You'll come over. We'll have a good time. We'll have a good time. I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. You could kiss the ring, I'm the best. Unimpressed with the rest, I'm the best. Damn, I'm awake and it's morning. No one is around and it's getting kinda boring. Rain falls down and the rain keeps pouring. Rain keeps pouring, rain keeps pouring. Damn, it feel good when the sun come up. Glass in the air, but I light one up. Friends are all around and they say what up, what up. Pass that cup. I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. You can kiss the ring, I'm the best. Unimpressed with the rest, I'm the best. Will you come closer? I know what you like. Promise you'll come over. We'll have a good time. Have a time. If you come over, you can spend the night. Promise you'll come over. We'll have a good time. We'll have a good time. I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. Yeah, yeah. You could kiss the ring, I'm the best. Unimpressed with the rest, I'm the best. I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best.
Powered by Samsung Galaxy is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, Monster Energy, and DHL.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and good morning. This is Snapdragon Pro Series Mobile Masters for Free Fire happening right now live in Sao Paolo, Brazil. You're here with us in the studio for the English broadcast. It's me, Husky, alongside Gideon Q.
It's a good, bright, way too early for us here today to be casting these amazing games, and especially checking out some of our Latam brethren on the opposite side of the world. Duke it out live this time around against some of the best in Southeast Asia. Both have came through a rough journey to get to this point, and only one of these teams by the end of tomorrow is going to win it all.
12 teams and only 1 trophy. We're going to start it off slow today, right? 4 matches today and 8 tomorrow. So we'll give them a taste of what a sprint is like, and then tomorrow we'll throw them into the marathon gauntlet to see who will last until the very end. Prize pool, pride, everything on the line, and best part of all, the culminations of years of journey gathering that right here in Sao Paulo, right? Ex-world champions on the same stage competing.
Yep, these are some top-class teams, and not just top-class teams. Teams who have risen up from Tier 2 and below to get to this point to compete with the best of the best. That's what Snapdragon Pro Series brings to you guys. Just that chance to touch glory.
And earlier today, we even had Call of Duty Mobile that has just ended, right, with a 4-0 sweep from a team from China. So that was crazy as well. But of course, we're here to talk about Free Fire. Let's take a look at what it has to offer. Starting with the format, we mentioned that today we're gonna have 4 games only: Bermuda, Nextera, Purgatory, and Alpine, following the point-based systems. And of course, that tomorrow we'll play the last 8 games. As you can see, same rotations on map, just play it 2 times, and then the overall points collected from today and tomorrow will lead to that one champion.
Now, keep in mind that Kalahari is not going to be part of this map rotation. These teams are going to have a nice time without having to deal with the Desert Dunes and the Dune memes. Speaking of which, actually, in these next 4 games, I'm expecting the rawest of games coming in from these 12 teams.
Especially when there's a lot of money involved. We got to talk about the prize pool. the motherlode of which these teams are vying for first place. You walk away with $60,000, followed by $30,000 second, all the way down to $5,000 in 12th place. So even if you unfortunately finish last, you still get a small slice of the big pie.
And who can say that there is no reason to play? There is always going to be incentive. Every single one of those booyahs are going to matter, whether it be shifting you from 6th place, jumping into 1st place. That'd be the most ideal situation. But there's so much money in play, there's no reason not to give it your best shot.
Yeah, and it's happened before. Miracles have happened on the world stage, and we have a couple of miracle makers who will be competing literally in just a little bit. You know, Buram United, we have to talk about these guys, 2-time world champion. Magic Squad, now currently known as Fluxo, our current world champions, also competing. Both teams with the same exact roster as they were last year. And we also have some rising stars, right? In those stars, for example, we talk about that. They barely qualify over Thorad in the SEA Challenge Final. So we gotta talk about the qualified teams, because we do have, you know, INTZ, where minus GGC, Triple G, BRU, Fluxo, JV, Esports, Reverse Red, Loud, and we also, I believe, have INTZ in the mix as well.
That's a lot of teams. So many qualified teams, in a matter of fact, here, that it's going to be difficult to keep track of all of them, considering the multiple playstyles that we're going to be expecting from everybody this time round. Again, in these next 4 maps, we are expecting the rawest, purest form of these teams, because we can only expect adaptations in the following day, in the following 8 maps.
Honestly, I'm also here to look at the Latin teams, right? Because they got their representatives so much earlier than Southeast Asia. In fact, when the Challenge Finals was happening for Southeast Asia, they were just watching us going out at it. So they had a lot of time to study us.
Way too much. I think, personally for me, that adjustment is going to be good. But for now, we've got a little bit of content to show you guys. Have a look.
Imagine back in just a small set for the local qualifiers, it's already so electric. Imagine bringing it to the big stage. Oh, it is going to be fire. In fact, Brazil was where the heart of competitive Free Fire once ignited a couple years ago for the very first FFWS, to bring it back to where it all began. I bet the fans are ready.
Yeah, I bet the fans are even more excited than we are here. We can only get a little bit of a taste from what we see through the cameras, through the videos, through whatever we can see through you guys live at the venue itself. I can't imagine. The raw energy coming up from the Latam region is already crazy enough. Hearing it in person must be a different, whole new experience even.
Yeah, it has to be, especially when we have, you know, the decorated Latam casters on site as well. It is only going to be even more crazy. And considering the fact that the World Championship trophy is right now back in Brazil, you gotta bet that the Brazilian teams are ready to bring it back home, or at least bring the Mobile Masters trophy back home.
Just another title underneath their belt before they continue their professional circuit for the rest of the year. But I think this is going to really start shaking things up, and more importantly so, when we're talking about shaking it up, the meta hasn't changed too often, on top of the fact that they've added some cool new utilities. Your god spots that we used to know before can be shaken and broken easily compared to last time.
Yeah, speaking about meta, right, I'm glad you brought up that point, because right now we have a slight shift in how teams play. Revivals are so much easier because it's so much convenient for you to get coins. Now revival points are a bit optional because you have mobile vending shops that allow you to buy your teammates back on the go. You get coins easier, you get more coins from eliminations. There's just so many ways for you to really utilize that revival system that is already so prolific in the game itself. And the best thing is, I think right now we might be living in the Brazilian meta because Skylar is back, and that means a lot more glue wall destroying potential.
Absolutely. And I think, well, this could be the reason why Kalahari's not in rotation this time around. They might be reworking the map. A couple of those POIs might be shifted around to kind of accommodate all of these new added in-game things. But as you mentioned, this could be very much Latam as a region, their meta being able to not only aggressively push up, but to deny one of the few ways to slow down aggression, to buy yourself some precious few seconds to maybe get a revive, maybe get a med pack down.
Yeah, we saw the contrast last year with FWS Bangkok, right? And what happened was that SCA teams, generally, we only care about fighting. So Tatsuya's A124, you have good mobility, you can disable people's abilities, that's all we need. Latam, on the other hand, they bring those two, sure, but they also brought in the Skylar. The Riptide Rhythm can destroy glue walls easily. And ironic enough, Skylar was what won Magic Squad, now currently known as Fluxo, the World Championship. It was what allowed them to beat Buriram in the final round to bring that trophy back home. And right now, we're living in that era where Skylar is becoming more of a viable option. Even Southeast Asian teams are picking it up.
I mean, they've already made a statement here itself. Here in the Mobile Masters, we're hoping to see some kind of a, well, attunement or some kind of counterplay towards it. It could just be we're all going to devolve into the same meta. We're all going to be breaking the same exact glue walls, and it's going to be really punishing for the third team in that ring who's a man down. Well, can't do too much on it when two Skylars are on the opposite sides.
And I would say that actually, right now, looking at the SCA teams, the representatives that we have, in fact, because currently we also have the FFWS Southeast Asia happening. It was like it will be like a 6-week group stage and 1-week grand finals. I think we just completed week number 3. Now we're on the break, and guess what? Some of the teams who are enjoying that break on the Mobile Masters stage, and a big part of them, I think more than half of them, are performing very well in the local circuit. BRU currently in first place with more than 100 points. Between them and the team in second, I believe it was C-Triple-G, who are also competing in Mobile Masters.
Makes you wonder sometimes whether some of these teams are utilizing, well, so-called quote-unquote breaks as a, just got to keep the hands warm, got to make sure instincts are still sharp, in-game senses are still pristine. We don't know here, and especially for the teams in Latam. The other question is, how much research are they doing towards the Southeast Asian teams to make sure that they are going to stay on top?
Yeah, I have no problem. I think that, teams like Loud, Fluxo, they should be doing fine, right? They've competed globally on the international stage for many times, but I'm looking at INTZ, Alpha 34 minus GG, Team Solid. These 4, we haven't seen them often outside of Latam. They haven't been on the international stage enough. So I think, to me, these are the interesting teams that I want to look at. How are they going to fare outside of their own region?
Yeah, I mean, considerably one of the names that you mentioned, Miners GG, in a matter of fact, winning out first place in their own challenge season of the SBS. And I mean, that's great enough, but considering the competition that they had to go through, makes you kind of wonder, is this team the next thing that we have to look out for the rest of the year?
Yeah, especially when Fluxo has not made a roster change. As far as I remember, Loud also never made a roster change since last year's World Championship, and yet Loud finished second. Fluxo finished third. So minus.gg, if they have something in store, this is the best time to whip it out. Can they survive? Can they handle the pressure when you're up against other regions, right? I mean, you're up against a 2-time world champion who will be competing. BRU, there are no slouches, right? You have players who have won 2 trophies and finished 2 times in second place. But speaking about Fluxo, I'm ready to see them.
Me too. I mean, more important, with so many accomplishments. Here they are coming down, being dropped off to the venue. Security, of course, at its maximum. Got to keep these superstars
Man, I thought they were coming in parachutes.
I mean, they've even got little fireworks going off. They are having a celebration as this team is about to walk up. They got to make their entrances grand. What can I say?
Look at that, Brazilian friends. This is just the tip of the iceberg, right? We haven't even peered into the venue itself. But of course, celebrating their hometown hero. This was the team that brought the trophy back to Brazil, where it all began. So this is I think it's a big moment. You are going to keep that trophy for a bit longer, but if you can add that Mobile Masters trophy on top, you can start to get that gallery of just World Championship collection for Fluxo, for Brazil, in fact.
Yeah, I mean, they're walking out so nonchalant. You can tell
Look
that
at
they're
that.
walking out as champions, as local heroes. They're going to each and every person. They're like, hey, don't worry about it. This is no sweat. We ain't going to be dropping any competitions here on home soil.
This is crazy though. Like, look at that roster, right? We have Bobs, we have Butson, we have Jiu, and we have MT7. I believe MT7 is the latest addition, but everyone else was still is still the same as we've seen them. Some of them even back in 2022, also in Bangkok, they were playing. The crazy story that I've been telling for quite a while was that back in 2022, Bobs, I think it was Bob's Jiu, when they were playing with back then still under Magic Squad. They were the one who stopped the trophy from going back to their own region because they met up with Kate that time, or some people might know that's Vivo Kate, and that clash caused Kate to lose to BRU afterwards. And a year later, they redeemed themselves by bringing the trophy back to the region. So it's a story of redemption, whatever you call it. It was a meaningful moment for them, but now I think they are ready to take on the big stage once again. In fact, especially when a lot of the opponents are familiar faces.
That's how they got the arm sleeves, right? That's a story that they keep on hearing every single time. I'm not sure about MT7 though. He still has to earn the arm sleeves just a little bit, but maybe this is the tournament where he does it, right? Where he finally says, yes, I get to have arm sleeves in my portrait picture.
Yeah, in fact, I think Fluxo is a team that, if you compare him to the rest of the competition, as far as I know, not the most aggressive, but very, very controlled, very, very tactical. Also one of the teams that loves utilizing that Skylar from afar. It's a Latin thing, but Fluxo, I think they did it really, really well. And I agree, I think MT7, right, I don't think he has big shoes to fill, but I think he has a lot to prove outside of his own region.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, overall, with these Latam teams, and especially even for Fluxo and some of the other competitors that are coming in here today, hopefully they're going to be coming in with a fresh mindset, right? Obviously, there's going to be the crowd that's going to be exciting, and some of the players probably haven't experienced a live audience, especially when you have some big names on board. Their fans are alarmingly loud. Hopefully that doesn't spook them out.
Yeah, the craziest thing was that the past 2-3 World Series, there was no crowd, right? So
Exactly.
this is going to be a very different environment. But Latin players, they feed off the crowd energy. We'll see how they soak that up later on. But for now, we're going to go for a short break, and we'll return in just a little bit for more Free Fire actions, actual Free Fire actions. See you in a bit.
a bad man. From sun come up, beat up a jump like a bum. Man a bad man. From sun come up, whole place bad run up. From we stepping on the club, we a beat up with chest. Real bad man, them boy they can't test. Real girls man, hot girl them can't rest. We a burn up every road and we couldn't care less. Don't bother ready so you don't have to guess. Who bust it up best? Who make you happy? Who take away your stress? Bad man love you, you don't need no less.
We're back in the arena. This time, we are looking at where the Mobile Masters is going to happen in just a little bit. You're here in the studio with us. It's Husky getting queued for the English broadcast.
Yep, and now we're going to be seeing the players walking out into their battle stations, getting ready to take on the world here at the Mobile Masters.
Reverse red, first team on your screens right now from Southeast Asia. Of course, on the other end, I believe, is Indostars from Indonesia. So the SCA teams making the main entrance. Let's, of course, got to save the Brazilians for the Latin region for next. BRU, also two-time world champions on your screens. You can see the reception, right? You can hear the Brazilian fans, and not just there for their local heroes, but also there for the competitors here to play.
Even JV Esports going to take their walkout as well. Getting ready for battle here once more, and even RRQ making their way down in towards the stage to fill up the stations.
Of course, the first 6 teams from SCA, you know what's coming. Starting with the current world champions, Fluxo, of course, Lao, who also competed on the world stage. The 2 biggest organizations in Free Fire to kind of officiate the walk-ins for the Latin region.
And you can see it. They've got their game faces on. They're serious about this, and the fans know who they want to support this time as the next 2 teams take the walkout.
What a monumentous moment. The TAM fans just on fire. Of course, Miners.gg in white Alpha 34 right behind him. And finally, we got the last 2 teams, INTZ and Team Solid, also taking their spot. Must be intimidating though, as the SCA teams, right? You're literally sitting in front of the Latin players, and you know what that means? Those pop-offs, they are going to be loud.
They're going to be getting it from the front and from the back, man. It's from the players themselves, from the crowd in front of them. The energy has got to be electric. If you are a team that doesn't perform well on stage, well, guess it's good luck to you. It's another hurdle to overcome.
If you're a team who is performing on that stage for the very first time, I know Indostars, this is their very first time on the stage that is that big in front of a crowd. For FFWS Southeast Asia, right, for Indonesia on their side, they actually have a crowd already, but that's the local crowd. They have not seen Brazilian crowds yet, and this is the first the first time on the international stage and in the heart of Brazil nonetheless. Ooh, must be nerve-wracking.
It's got to be nerve-wracking. But I think, you know, a lot of these teams, they work off of that energy one way or another, whether it be positive, whether it be negative. But who knows? Maybe it could be that one significant play that might even bring the crowd on their side.
That actually, I think, I'm actually looking forward to that, right? If any team can bring out that pizzazz, right? You know, SCA, we are known to taking fights. We love to be aggressive. I want to see if the Latam teams, will they make any adjustments? Will they take us on head on? I know that Lao loves to do that. Last year, they had several successful attempts, but well, unfortunately for them, most of the time, SCA came out on top. Maybe they've learned something from that.
Who knows? I think it's an interesting dynamic, right? Because, again, it is 2 sides of the same coin. And for a lot of these teams, the best of the best are able to master both sides, whether it be aggressive and, you know, have some cold, calculated moments similar to BRU. That's how they're able to, you know, double up on championships here. I'm not going to say that they're going to win the whole thing, but I think a lot of teams have taken that into account.
When you look at the entire, all 6 teams of SEA, right? 5 out of 6 actually are playing in FFWS. Only JV Esports is not included, so that is interesting as well, right? The shift in Southeast Asia. I wonder how JV Esports themselves will perform. This is going to be very interesting.
It is going to be very interesting. I mean, I think it should go exactly how we expect it to be. I mean, we'll talk about that in a little bit once we start get these games running. But more importantly so, from the Latam region, right? I think we need to be able to see, we're going to see a lot more depth from them here today, right? We're going to see them in their rawest form from how they naturally play the game and how they're going to adapt over that time. And I think, you know, for SEA, we're very stubborn in our ways. We like to fight, we'll take the fight, we'll figure out any advantage to win a fight, but we won't completely turn an entire coin over to play a little bit cold, calm, sometimes even collected.
And if you guys want to get a taste of how it is for APJ in Asia Pacific against LATAM, we have something to show you guys. Check it out.
Eu acho que nosso time vem bem empolgado e bem preparado para esse Mobile Masters, porque a gente veio de derrotas e a gente quer voltar a sentir esse gosto de vencer. Yang gampang dihancurkan Fluxo, cuma bisa ngandelin aim jarak jauh. Significa muito pra gente. A gente sempre que está aqui, a gente conseguiu chegar aqui e agora a gente tem que buscar esse mundial. A gente tá empolgado demais.
Eu acho que nenhum time poderia ganhar facilmente no Brasil, porque todo time tá tipo regular. E se fosse assim, a gente ganharia facilmente.
No. Tim Loud itu bukan tim yang terbaik, kita yang terbaik.
Eu acho que o grande favorito é a Loud e o Flux. Eu acho que eles têm um time bom e cresce bem no final, mas não vai conseguir, vai ser mais, né, claro.
ก็น่ากลัวนะคิดว่า MT สุดเจก็ดูน่ากลัวนะครับแต่ว่าน้องผมวาสนาน่ากลัวกว่า Facilmente eu acho que não tem nenhum time com tanto potencial para isso. O Free Fire hoje tá em alto nível, principalmente esse campeonato.
ทีมบราซิลก็เก่งดีครับแต่ว่าก็ไม่ได้รู้จักสักทีมเลย
Em questão tailandeses, indonésios ser melhor do que o brasileiro, eu discordo.
ผมคิดว่าภูมิภาคเอเชียชนะครับ Thailand number one ครับ
Não são melhor.
ผมคิดว่าทีมไทยเหนือกว่าทีมบราซิลเนื่องจากสาวๆประเทศไทยน่ารักกว่า
Eu acho isso até uma piada. Atualmente o time lá fora ser considerado mais forte, porque nós somos os atuais campeões, o Brasil é o atual campeão, então
ผมคิดว่าไม่มีทีมของบราซิลอ่อนเลยนะครับก็เก่งกันทุกคนครับก็มันเก่งครับ มันยิงโหดครับ
o que eu quero dizer aos brasileiros é que esperem o melhor da gente.
ก็แฟนคลับทีมบราซิลก็เตรียมตัวที่จะร้องไห้นะครับเพราะว่าพวกเรามาถึงถิ่น
Acho que tem que torcer pro Brasil.
ผมอยากจะบอกแฟนๆบราซิลไว้ว่าเตรียมรับความผิดหวังหน่อยนะครับครั้งนี้
Tem uma piscininha ali do lado, caso for campeão, é uma promessa minha, eu pulo.
ก็คิดว่าถ้าไม่ได้ถ้วยก็อยากโดดเหมือนเดิมครับ
Se a gente for campeão, se Deus quiser, eu pulo. Em live ainda, pode deixar que eu pulo.
Não, eu não pulo na piscina.
Claro, eu me taco lá dentro, catasse tudo.
Well, you heard it from the players themselves. The stage is set and the players are getting set up for the very first game. Of course, on your screen right now, JV Esports, the only team that is not competing in the current FFWS SEA, but it's fine. They've made a name for themselves on the international stage, and this could solidify their status as one of the strongest Thai teams we have.
Oh my goodness! I thought that was a screen for a moment there. When the audience is looking at the players, that kid is he's showing exactly how it felt. It's like, man, they look a lot smaller there. Nah. It's not a screen. It's real. It's in depth, and everybody can see all the reactions of every single one of the players. There's not much to hide.
No, you are literally sitting in a way bare naked in front of a crowd. And can I just also point out how close they are to the audience?
It's almost within reaching distance.
Look at that.
They are not far away. They really are not far away. Thank you, cameraman.
Wow,
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Now, with that being said, right, I mean, the intensity, I'm hoping those ESL headphones are going to be working tip-top, because it's going to get loud in there very quick.
If there's anything I know, there's only so much you could do.
That's also true.
There's so much that those headsets could do against a crowd that is that energized. By the way, that shot onto Razor, someone should meme that. I know ESL are very good memers. That Razor face is gonna become a sticker.
It probably will. It probably will. Knowing them. More importantly, so I think that as of right now, it's hard to hate on LATAM because they just got so much personality. We even saw in the content video just now when it cuts on over to a Southeast Asian player ready to give some smack talk. Man, they got a little bit of, they got some moves, they got some pizzazz, a lot of personalities.
Yeah, that's kind of the general vibe that the players give off, right? Like you want to talk smack to them and you can't really do it because the way they respond to you, they have some extra flattery, some sort of flamboyant response, if I would say.
Very classy, very classy. Yeah, and I bet they're like that even off of the game as well. You know, when the cameras are all up, they're probably exactly the same.
There's one thing I can confirm. Behind the scenes, let's say before the game starts or in between games, they are also very, very loud. Very, very loud. In fact, they always, those pep talks, those pop-offs, you would hear them during breaks. I remember being in Bangkok for FFWS 2022, right? And every time after a game, teams go backstage for like a 5-10 minute break, and you would just hear the Brazilian teams. They're just say things like "Vamos," or in Brazil maybe they're cheering each other up. You know, like 1, 2, 3 loud, or 1, 2, 3 Magic Squad. It's always the Brazilian teams, and it's a way to get into your opponent's head, right? If you get spooked by that energy, you probably already lost half the battle.
I mean, it's war cries, right? Let's have a look at what's going on live in Brazil. It looks like the teams are getting prepared and ready. Hopefully the ping checks have been looking really, really good. It's going to be on low latency as well, so expect to having low ping differentials. I'm guessing, rough guess, no, 3 ping would be too generous, wouldn't it?
1 ping.
Oh, that would be the dream. The dream.
Well, I thought that was the entire set. Apparently not. Apparently we have
Wait,
second
what?
floors. This is bigger than I thought. Okay. Then these, if I'm not mistaken, these are the KOLs. They are the influencers slash streamers. Some of them are casters from the side of Brazil, and of course we have one from Lao GG himself.
Right at the end. Right at the end, he notices. Right at the end. There we go. There are the supporters.
There it is.
Oh, wait. That's actually so cool because I'm guessing that they're above the player stage, right?
It's heating up. Yes, cameraman, give us the full shot. I thought we've seen all of it, but apparently we've only seen one part of the entire stadium.
Wait, that's actually so sick. We're living vicariously with you guys right now. Man, this is... Now I'm actually so jealous. Why? Man, they need to get us supply tickets over there because this is a fine stage they put together.
I'm trying to recall how many teams from SCA have been in this environment. None of them. Last time they all played, right? Even on regional, international events, it was without a crowd. I don't think any of them has experienced a crowd that is this loud and this energized and this motivated, supportive of their hometown heroes. The last time we had an event in Brazil, or at least a world-class event back in Brazil in Latam region, was the first FFWS. That was like what, pre-COVID era with DJ Alok?
Before. Oh my goodness!
That was quite a while ago. It was like a midnight broadcast or something. So it's been a long time.
Oh, the dark times. It was before. It was before all the dark times. Before it really ruined it. And now we can actually start growing and have like this beautiful LAN experience here. Well, hopefully these teams are getting ready. Ah, there it is. Okay.
They see it. They see it.
They see it. They're aware of it. Let's go. The loud fans, literally, I can hear them in my own headset from here. It's crazy.
And then that's just the loud fans. They haven't even talked about the rest of the fans for the rest of the teams, but I know, Lao itself, regardless of which game title you're looking at, they are a big organization, and you can see that the fans are ready for Lao to bring this back home. Must be quite a trip though, watching Lao play last year on the world stage and coming so close, but they kind of fumbled towards the very end. So this could be that redemption arc for that team as well.
And what more to do it with beautiful wide
This is so much bigger than I thought.
Oh,
Wow.
so it's on the side. Okay, so they're not directly above where the players are playing. Makes a lot more sense now. But oh my goodness, imagine having your redemption arc in front of your home crowd.
Yeah, I saw a sneak peek on Instagram, and I thought that, okay, what is the actual skill? And now you have people from all backgrounds, everyone here just for one single purpose under the same roof. And for all of you guys watching this broadcast live on twitch.tv, time to cast that match prediction. Who do you think is going to be taking away the entire tournament? Or if you want to be adventurous, you want to be bold, just tell us game by game. Who's going to win Bermuda? Who's going to win Nextera? Who's going to win Purgatory and Alpine?
Oh man, if you can nail all of them, I'll tell you what, we'll owe you a card. That's what I'm always going to.
Card?
We owe you a card. We're not legally viable for any of the things we say here on broadcast, but you can contact ESL at this. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. They'd be furious at me. Oh boy, but it is time, man. When these players are ready to play, I can't wait because every single moment of those games is someone gets a good shot. If somebody is able to make an incredible play, you will hear that crowd just resonate.
Yeah, when they start cheering at the tiniest of things, that's where the mental warfare actually begins. I even say that it has begun already, right? You're sitting there doing a ping test, you're waiting to actually load into the game, and all you hear is just the echoes of the crowd, and the majority of them, or in fact, it could be all of them, are against you. And I'm talking specifically about the SEA teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable, of course. You know, home and away, it's always going to be safe. The home teams are obviously going to have their advantage. The away teams at a slight disadvantage. Speaking of which, what map are you excited for this time around? Especially seeing this, like, big, I was going to say collaboration, but it really isn't.
Honestly, the map I'm excited about isn't even in the pool.
Ah!
Okay.
Good thing it wasn't.
I'm here. I'm actually here for Purgatory, right? Because biggest map in the pool. I want to see how these teams are going to navigate. It's always a big challenge when you have a big map that requires vehicles for your rotation to be effective. I'm always expecting slower games. In fact, with how revivals are so easy to obtain, games generally slow down in the earlier phases. I'm not sure how it is in LATAM, but in SEA, you get sometimes the entire lobby still alive by the 10-minute mark. And at that point, it's just free fall, right? You have like 2 circles left, and everyone is just going to start taking each other out. You roll the dice and see who makes it to the end.
It's true. It's true. There's definitely a lot more. What's the word for it? I wouldn't even say hesitation. More so knowing that you have that insurance policy, that lifeline, sending that one person off. You can see teams who are clearly trying to mess with you, or players, as a matter of fact, who are clearly trying to mess with you and not looking for that full squad wipe, while others are really, really hungry for it. Both sides of the spectrum get punished pretty heavily, but I would honestly like to see Alpine, because I think the end zones in Alpine are a little bit more interesting when you're trying to get into it, maybe like the 4th as well as that 5th ring. Finding a position in those zones can be quite challenging. And considering that a lot of teams have a different play style for this particular map, I feel like a lot of the LATAM teams will kind of put Southeast Asia in their place if they try to do with any of their slow shenanigans. If not, it could be the other way around.
Yeah, complete opposite of Purgatory, right? Alpine, smallest map we have. Purgatory, it gets tough when the circle starts taking, including a body of water, right? When you start getting those, the southwestern island, when you start getting pieces of land spliced up by the circle, that's where it gets really, really tough. Early rotations, they do matter, but for Alpine, because the map is small, sometimes you're moving vertically, depending on where the circle is. That is, the craziest thing is that right now in FMWS, at least in local leagues, Kalahari is actually part of the map pool. So, I mean, teams gotta adapt, right? In fact, I think it's harder to play in your local league because you are playing a map that shows up once per year. So this should feel like home.
I mean, it definitely feels like home. I don't know. I'm just maybe a little curious whether the players got a survey to say, which map would you ban? And they all cohesively agreed, let's get rid of Kalahari and let's jump into Alpine.
First map, the one you desire to see, Alpine take center stage to open up the very first match of the Mobile Masters. Can you believe it? 12 teams will be duking it out all the way until the end of tomorrow. And actually it's Bermuda, not Alpine.
How dare you? You told me to close my eyes before we jump into the map, and you lied to me that it was Alpine. It's actually Bermuda.
It is. Of course, how could we not do Bermuda, right? The OG map.
Darn you. Darn you. But it's time, right?
It's time. It is time. Alpine will come soon. Don't worry. We'll get it eventually. We'll get it eventually.
That'd be the dream. But let's have a look at where the teams are going to be looking to land. The flight paths seem very standard, and throughout the entirety of the SPS, especially when we talk about the challenge finals among Southeast Asia, the flight paths have been very generous, very giving, in a matter of fact.
Expecting some hot drops, and I think we're already seeing one of it. BRU, very, very in close proximity with Team Solid, and this, I wonder if it's a plan from Team Solid themselves, because BRU has always taken peak. Unless they always share the same drop spot, this might be the very first confrontation, as Prox, on the other hand, has already taken one of the members of RQ Kazu out. So Miners starting it off with a point of their own. Team Solid decides that they're going to leave peak to Buriram.
Yeah, they're going to be leaving towards the eastern side of it. Buriram, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure they noticed some of the other members, like RRQ dropping relatively nearby. We also have GG as well, relatively nearby. But let's have a look at Reverse Red as well as INTZ by Plantation side. Are they going to take this conflict, or are they going to start rotating in? We can see where the very first ring has already been planted, and they're right at the border of it.
Oh, and JV actually finding one of the members from INTZ, Romy Oaks, taken out. So that means that INTZ has more than just reverse red they have to deal with. And if there's anything we know about SCA teams, is that you step into their territory, you better be ready for a fight. And it seems like Team Solid are not completely leaving Peak. They still want to hang around.
They're scouting out for information. The UAVs have already been dropped to kind of get a rough idea of what is going on, whether this compound is compromised, and it's forcing BRU members to just go and scatter, give it up for a little bit. They don't necessarily have to take this fight so early on into the round.
Well, RQ going for the second revive. The Go Portal actually out already. Seems like Team Solid wants to make a move. On the other hand, JV taking on INTZ. The first big fight. Very split up on multiple angles as well. Protete, of course, with that shot from long range, finds himself another knock. Shut up. Kind of exchange back. Nothing matters though. Protete just with the opening shots. And is INTZ taking the punishment?
Yeah, I mean, INTZ, they're trapped between two people, right? They have to deal with JV, and they also have to deal with reverse red. Coming back to Team Solid on the other hand, it looks like they want this BRU battle.
Wow, BRU losing 2 already. Even Wasana can't hold a candle when you're outnumbered. BRU taking the first big blow in front of a Latin crowd. You can already see the pop-up. BRU public enemy #1 in Latam.
Team Solid, they are gassed up, and that's a good sight to see, especially for the home crowd. Speaking of which, we do have NMG chilling out by the safe here. We also saw a vehicle from INTZ's side looking for a potential place to respawn, I would assume. C-Triple-G, on the other hand, going to start taking height. We haven't seen the reveal of where the next circle is going to be, but it looks like a lot of teams are starting to centralize into the middle of the map.
Yeah, NMG are making their move still. On the northern side of Clock Tower, JV on the other hand, the team with the most eliminations so far, 6 points under their belt, split between Limit, Protete, and I believe August. BRU, thankfully, still have 1 survivor, so able to slowly bring back the rest of the team. Only 2 BRU members remain in the game for now. It means that they didn't really have time to get much of the coins to work with.
I mean, early kills are always going to be good, right? We've seen many teams really, they just start scavenging these kills. It feels like it doesn't really amount to much, but then when you come into a competitive sense, once you come into the bigger leagues here, each one of those points really do make the difference. It's just 1 booyah away from shotgunning you into first place, and I think that's what a majority of, especially from JV's side, how they view it. If we're not going to get a high placement, we might as well go for a high kill count. It's either or.
It's a SCA thing, right? Don't get booyah, no problem. We'll get enough eliminations so we make up for the booyah that we don't get.
Yeah, just 13 kills. That's our KPI.
Oh wait, you have 12 from booyah? Guess what? We have 12 from just taking people out. NMG against Laudo, the first local clash that we might see. JV cashing in their 7th point already. And BRU, well, they might have to do with RQ Kazu before anything else.
Yeah, it doesn't look like RQ Kazu is making it easy for them, locking down building by building. BRU, they're well tightly knit together, but they can't seem to flush him out. Taking the height here, making it really, really difficult for them to actually approach this, but they're just tanking a lot of damage on the outside. It's still the first ring, so it's still all right, but how are RRQ going to approach this, right? At the end of the day, it's them having to crack inward unless BRU really is feeling ballsy here to take shots back.
I'd say RQ has a slight advantage because BRU just revived some of their teammates, right? So they don't really have the best of weaponry. It's very rare to see BRU playing this safe, but of course they know that any fight head-on is going to be deadly. Jonah already just sniped by Legolas. The encirclement from RQ is going to make life very, very tough for BRU. Dudes, Moshi found with the grenade launcher. Razor takes a beating. Wasana, the last man to try and keep BRU in this game, and who would you know? Why would you have expected this? BRU of all teams, the first to get wiped out.
Oh boy, first to get wiped out so early on, and especially since there's only 4 maps here, that's going to be very, very costly. It looks like they're going to need some time to warm up, but it's great for RRQ because that means they're going to be walking away with 5 elimination points. As we look at the next ring, look at Clock Tower here. Great prediction coming in for NMG as well as Loud, knowing that it's going to be pulling towards their side of the map, and they're right smack in the center of it.
Yep. Basically, the LATAM teams have taken over the circle, and Timon! Wow, snipe as he goes for a bunny hop, trap with the long-range assault to find the first onto reverse red. Of course, they want to get a bit more. There is the portal. Nameless is going to take it. Posey also attempt to flee the scenes. Able to gain enough distance. Actually makes it to the portal just in time. Reverse red salvaging the situation.
Yeah, they're going to be absolutely fine here. All right. They're going to get. They have more than enough resources. Team Solid doing a phenomenal job there. I thought it was a bit of a compromised position initially, but man, held out very, very nicely against the onslaught of Reverse Red, not having enough angles to be able to cover him. And now back to JV once again. C-triple-G in the middle as Orgus finds the kill.
More first. Go down. Blue Wall Mountain is going to be dead. Shut up. He will be brought back, but Cougar finds Orgus again. JV not really having the best of times. You can see Triple G as Peter goes for the revive in the middle of the fight. Cougar also able to find Orgus. His ex-teammate is on fire. Gets the trade, but Potato also able to drop Cougar. Seems like C Triple G winning out majority of the fight. Limit next to drop C Triple G. Retains the entire team. I just find a wipeout though. Shut up, really trying to disengage and run away as far as possible, but I believe there is one C Triple G member near him, and that's one more.
Oh, he's looking for him. He hears him. He knows where it's coming from. Roughly, he's jumping, he sees him, and now he's taking pot shots wherever he has the chance, forcing Shut Up to just go down. That is going to be a nice kill.
Cougar landing the finishing blow on his ex-team. This transfer also a bit groundbreaking. Didn't expect Cougar to go over the C Triple G, at least not in the middle of all of this. Fluxo, on the other hand, at Factory with 18 deer and the rest of IDS in front of them. See, I mean, Fluxo actually taking the outer perimeter of the Factory and also giving them a good chance of gatekeeping any teams that try to cut through this area.
Well, that's actually kind of interesting. I would have expected Fluxo to actually start taking the height on these types of buildings and showing presence on this side of the map to deter teams, but instead, they don't really want to. They want to be able to rotate safely. More importantly, if they want to take an engagement, now's a pretty good time here, especially since they're on the border. They just need to figure out where everybody is. They have plenty of information, and it looks like Fluxo just waiting. We found the reason why, just looking for the drop, just camping for it. And now, let's see how they start taking space, because the Indostars, they're out of there.
On the other hand, Clock Tower still NMG and Loud. They have been at this this standstill for quite a while.
Such exciting gameplay here, both of these teams in Clock Tower.
Look at that, 10 minutes in, still 9 more teams remain. It's gonna get very messy very soon. RRQ Kazu into the midst of things. His Team Solid on the other end of the screen. Abe, first contact. Blue Walls by Team Solid to isolate the fight. Razor as the backup. Team Solid, they need a bit of time. One of the members Nick pretty low. Razor and Abe trying to break through this fortress, but Team Solid, as the name suggests, ironclad defense, not letting RRQ Kazu break through.
Really not giving them any space, but the angle gets clipped a little bit, quickly covered up by the glue wall. Having the height here is kind of nice, and Team Solid, I mean, you gotta give it a dude. His cluster grenades have been very, very effective.
Seems like the defense is falling for RQ Kazu, and Dirt still wins that out, barricades himself, and now Nick is trapped, and Nick is gone. Razor also able to find one for himself, is tattooed down. And Quaxa, can he get a trade? Abe takes a shot, but not in the head. Through the glue wall, Abe has to put up the double layer just to keep himself safe, but the Team Solid on the back foot trap. The only one in the front lines now has to withstand the full wrath of RQ Kazu. He's trying to outrun the circle as well. Goes for the revive first. Quaxa as the backup, but Abe just turns the corner. Legolas gets sniped from up top. But Team Solid outnumbered, and RQ Kazu now have a chance to go for the killing blow. And they found it, I think.
Yep. That's going to be Team Solid getting eliminated here. Once again, Boots comes out huge, but the rest of his team as well. You got to give it to him. Boots finds the initial kill, and then quickly his teammate blocks off the window side with a glue wall to ensure that Boots doesn't get traded back to Team Solid's side. So really good team play here, and it's all because, they know one member is a little bit further away, and there's only 3 on the bottom compound. We cut back over to factory side, and now this is the battle we want to see.
Bob's grenade launcher in hand, and MT7 with good support actually douse Nameless, and that gives Bobs enough time, GU, to back him up as Fluxo makes it look effortless. No one is getting to factory, not even reverse red, and Sa Ming left to his own devices. It's either the blue or death in the hands of Fluxo. Which one are you going to choose?
He's got 1 med pack left. That's all he's got in him. After that, he's out of resources. And man, Fluxo is making it look hella easy right now as they are just gatekeeping everybody coming in from this side of the map. The entire eastern front is compromised.
You can see a revive. I believe that's RQ Kazu's members. Can get the snipe. Nope, not really. On fire. It's a good attempt. C-Triple-G with 8 eliminations and now Loud in front of them. RQ Kazu already crippled in front of the clock tower, and look at the center. It's just Latin representatives. Loud, NMG, Team Solid. They're all ready to kind of, Indostars. Yeah, Indostars.
Yeah.
Mistake their name.
Looks like it benefits them because now they're right smack in the center of the circle, and it's a 4th ring. It's getting real scary on the outside here. We'll see whether or not they'll be able to deal with the harassment from all the other teams, especially from Fluxo's side, who's especially keen on getting Indostars' position.
Oh, Sa Ming actually still able to survive and bring Diamond back, but you don't really have much time to stock up before the final fight, and he himself goes onto the play zone. Peter, on the other hand, just prone down here, taking a couple of pot shots onto IDS as reverse red perishes. And IDS underneath the clock tower alongside C-Triple-G. C-Triple-G the first one to make a move away. Find a better spot.
Oh, this is an awkward spot to be in. There's a lot of verticals to actually work with, a lot of in and outs, a lot of spots that you can kind of hide yourself inside of a corner. And if somebody so happens to scout it out, swings into 3, it could be a free pick for the opposing side. And now on the outskirts, C-Triple-G trying to get on the outside, but the blue walls have been dropped.
Fire, the first one to rush through, and it's the support of Peter, the nade to open things up. Is AF on the receiving end of this. And around the corner, there's Peter Chargebuster with the 1-tap. Glue walls now set up AF. They want to fortify this position to get Chucky back up, but it's just not enough as Peter secures the kill, but of course they lose one more as Kawan from afar is Loud to join the fray. And C-Triple-G might have walked into the lion's den. It's Brazil coming together as one. C-Triple-G left with just Cougar. Alpha though still ends up falling. In 6th place, C-Triple-G still stands.
I don't know if C-Triple-G made a smart choice there because now Loud is coming in them from the exact same entrance as well, doing the exact same thing they did to Alpha.
And IDS also ends up in the middle. They're going to be digging off against Fluxo first. But Fluxo looking healthy as ever. Fine and dandy. Not even a scratch. You say the same about Loud though. Trying to pick up the members of C-Triple-G, Cougar, everyone taking damage. Here comes the time turn, the chrono to protect themselves from these long-range snipes, but Loud is just going to run into the dome and take out C-Triple-G. They reposition with the Go Portal. We'll see if Loud takes on this challenge. C-Triple-G still somehow holding on.
Oh no, that forces Loud to actually look towards C-Triple-G's side. They want the C-Triple-G to go down
Portal?
first. Oh, again? But
Again?
Which side to? Oh, to higher northern side. Wait, but then doesn't Flux? Oh no, they're all on the lower ground. Everybody's on lower ground here.
Wow, big brain move. C-Triple-G with the great escape. And now RQ Kazu is free pickings onto Fluxo. They have the portal as well. He's Gio inside the dome to try and be a distraction or maybe support his team from the other end. But Lau now finds himself in front of Fluxo, but Bustin is the one that gets the first drop. Fluxo a bit trapped.
Oh man, this is such a bad position to be in. Literally every team is looking down towards your side, and once they take their position, they realize there's no better option because there's nowhere else to go. Oh, Dukes finds Peter. Can he get on fire as well? No, doesn't get the opportunity, but one is good enough.
And on fire, that reposition brings him straight into the jaws of Loud. And unfortunately, there's no more C-Triple-G out of the equation. Is RQ Kazu See RQ, Kazu, Fluxo, and Loud. The nade first bops the opener onto Loud, and Fluxo still looking solid as ever in his opening. Loud is no more. It's now Fluxo against RQ Kazu. What better way to have the opening map? APJ against Latam. But it seems like underneath the pressure of Brazil and Sao Paulo, Fluxo riding the wave to take down RQ Kazu for the first booyah and a royal execution to start it off.
They're making it look way too easy on our very first map here at the Mobile Masters. That's what you can expect from a world champion holder. Oh my goodness. These guys taking it nice and slow, and once the heat starts to rise, they carry that momentum all the way to the final ring.
Poetic. First team to get knocked out, Buriram United of all teams. The first team to get a booyah, current world champions in a final circle, 4v4 against a representative from SCA. Could not have had it any better to start off the Mobile Masters. What a kickoff we have, but Fluxo, 16 eliminations and a booyah. That's 28 points already.
I mean, that's a huge cash out here. For a lot of the teams, especially for like RQ Kazu, imagine the amount of work they had to get to that very final circle. And Fluxo is just like, we're just picking up the freebies that are coming our way. Better positioning all across the board. Good ideas playing towards the mid-outer circle, and then finally predetermine what the final circle is going to look like, and taking some key positions and mirroring specific teams to get into some good spots. It just shows great map knowledge all around and how prepared this team is for literally everyone and not just SCA.
And they're not even the first team to be there, right? They were at Factory, they were staking out. I thought the first team that runs into them is Indostars. Indostars somehow avoided them. They saw reverse red, made quick work of them, and then they head into the circle and win every single fight from that point onwards.
Man, they've just been slinging, launching nades, taking people out. Every time I see the kill feed, it's just them blowing people up every single time without fail as well. But I am very impressed with Team Solid here. Ballsy enough to take on these important fights. And I think, you know, they can keep on doing that. That's a playstyle that we're very used to for Southeast Asia, and to be able to man up and say, hey, we're going to get as many points as we can early on and then carry that momentum through all the way to the end. There's a lifeline to that because rotations can be very difficult to a certain degree. And once you start taking that first loss and feeling your momentum kind of die down, there needs to be a recovery spot, right? Because once we get into this fourth circle right here, well, this is towards the fifth circle, this is where it becomes very difficult to play. And I think, you know, the biggest part was this, well, alleyway of death.
Yeah, a lot of teams, Alpha 34, C-Triple-G, and then Lao decided to join in. But credits to C-Triple-G for surviving long enough, I believe, to finish in 4th place, right? And they could have been taken out way before that. RQ Kazu also a contributor to C-Triple-G getting eventually knocked out, but look at the final position. Fluxo, even prior to this, you know, 4v4 fight, they were on the eastern side of the circle. They were just working their way through every single obstacles. Loud was the first team against them, stood no chance, and RQ Kazu fell right after that. The game summary of Game 1, of course, it is going to be Fluxo, Gio, highest assists, highest kills, and Trap as the glue breaker. Fast game though, 60 total kills. I expected a bit more than that.
I definitely do. It really just shows the big changes here between Southeast Asian teams as well as teams coming in from Latam. Very two different play styles, right? Having certain teams being more aggressive than others. I'm looking at you, Team Solid. I respect that, but you can see that there's some cool, calm, collected players on the side of Latam too, coming in from teams like Fluxo, for example, or even Loud, who are both sitting down in Watchtower almost the entire time until we started to see the 5th and 6th circle where they're forced to move out.
Yeah, it was them and MG, just minus.gg, just chilling for the longest of times. And I gotta say, this opener is a bit shocking. But it's good to see some of the SCA teams really, you know, picking up the mantle and bringing it straight to Latam, right? You think that it is a test to see who cracks under the pressure. While we saw on our screen, C-Triple-G, they were not affected at all. Peter just popping out in front of the Brazilian crowd. And RQ Kazu, of all teams, to make it to the last circle. That to me, is a shocker.
Hey man, things change. Things change when BRU is out of the picture even. Like,
That
come
is
on.
true.
Usually it's BRU who denies them that top 5 finish most of the times here. But I think, give props where props is due. RRQ, they played it well. And I think, their aggressive means of like moving up, collecting points through these fights allows them to walk away here. I mean, they're in second place underneath Fluxo. The total kill count 16 to 11, but overall points, Fluxo still beats them out by 8.
Can't deny BRU just yet, right? They have made comeback runs very often, but to start them off with 0, this is where we really get to see how far you can push the 2-time world champion. Now, see Triple G 19 points, also a very solid start for this team. JV 9, Loud with 12. This is kind of what I expected the standings to be, except for BRU being at the bottom, but still overall very impressive opening by teams like RRQ Kazu, which locally has always ran into inconsistencies. Even in challenge finals, there are certain times where you look at RRQ Kazu and you're like, you okay, mate?
Hey,
but this, I like it. I like how they look right now.
I mean, this feels good.
This feels
and
really
I don't
good.
want to ruin the momentum that we have going on here. But I mean, RRQ kind of did the same thing during challenge finals, where it's like the first 3 maps were like, this is looking really good, until the next 3 maps come by and they kind of like get worn out and have to make adjustments for the next day.
I would say on the second half of the leaderboard, InnoStars and Reverse Red, definitely fresher teams, I think, on the international stage, especially InnoStars, right? I am most worried for them because very young players never played on a big stage before. This could be a literal culture shock competitively for them. And this start, I'd say, give them some time, right? And today is a slower day, but IDS, you have to adapt a bit fast, unfortunately.
I think they're making the right moves. I think right now it's just the moment-to-moment decisions that need to be made during these really, really hectic, very congested, more than usually congested circles towards 5th and 6th. And I think that's something that they have to adjust to. And it's not too bad because they're making it into those circles in the first place. I think, the big concern is whether or not they're going to get gatekeeped, like how we saw, Reverse Red had to deal with Fluxo on the eastern front, the western front. That was difficult enough. I can only imagine that pretty much the exact same thing was going on towards the western front even.
Yeah, even Reverse Red, I think the entire game, they haven't really gotten much space to really loot up, start fighting, right? They've been on the run the entire game, so that was pretty rough for them. But for InnoStars, I think if they can just play to how they usually do it, which is, this is a team that doesn't really fight often. They're very opportunistic. They try to read the circle, find it, and then they would wait for other teams to take each other out before they cash in on the stragglers. If they can make it to that stage, I think they can definitely get a good round. But to make it to that stage in this competition, it's a bit tough because the Brazilian teams, once they lock down an area, they lock it down. You have to force them out.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. The Brazilian defense so far has been looking pretty good, and I think it has forced a lot of teams who naturally look for these third-party opportunities, only usually facing specific resistance in one particular direction, but with multiple Latam teams really just hunkering down, it can get very difficult saying this angle is not available, this angle is not available. We only have one way to look.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Latam started off with a grandiose booyah under the hands on Fluxo. We'll see how these teams perform in the upcoming game, but before that, we'll take a short break and return in just a bit with more Free Fire action.
We are Flux, and we are coming for you.
Welcome back to the Snapdragon Pro Series Mobile Masters for Free Fire, happening right now live in Sao Paulo, Brazil. We're here in the English studio for the English broadcast. It's Miyaski alongside Shark Gaming.
How are you?
Doing great, honestly. We had a amazing game one, Fluxo to open up the curtains. Current world champions to get a first game booyah. And our two-time world champion being the first team to get knocked out.
Yep. But to me, the main highlight for game one is RRQ Kazu.
Yes, I was telling the same thing. I was like,
OMG, their gameplay is superb.
I was like, wow, right?
Yes.
This is a great start for a team that I think has a lot of experience but has been inconsistent.
I agree on that. Their gameplay is superb. But again, Buriram United was too soon on the match.
Yeah, I mean,
this number 11.
But this is a team that takes some time to warm up, right? I think we
I
can't.
agree.
We can't count out BRU just yet. Give them some time today. But I think the craziest thing is today we only have 3 more matches left, right? It's not your typical 6 or 8 matches per day. So
I agree.
Today you need to at least get out to a decent start. Then tomorrow you don't feel that much pressure. I think for BRU and INTZ, the 2 teams at the bottom with 0 points, it's going to be a bit stressful.
But do you think it's because our C team, it's because of the jet lag? Because they travel from all the way from Asia, then they travel all the way to Brazil with the culture, the weather.
I think it could be, right?
It could be, right?
Yeah, but then you look at teams that like RQ Kazu reverse with C-Triple-G.
Yes, Triple-G play very well.
Very well played. So I think it definitely could be an issue. And I hope the teams are adapting to it well. In fact, so I was joking about this on the FFWS broadcast, right? The SCA broadcast. I was telling who I was working with. I was working with AJ, and I was telling him that some of these teams who are competing in Mobile Masters is going to go back to Brazil for the second time end of this year because we're gonna have the World Championship there as well, which is crazy in and of its own. But we gotta talk about Fluxo though. We gotta talk about the player highlighted for game 1, Bob 7 from the team.
Average kill 2.75, damage is 6,990, accuracy is 26%, and survival time is 12.39.
Yeah, with the A124, where A124 Beaston, the disable people's abilities, you get more grenade damage. The best support player, I think, in LATAM that LATAM has right now. I think Bob's is one of the best.
The best player now.
Best support player, I'd say. Even when we saw him back in 2022, I think, when Magic Squad competed in FWS Bangkok, he was there also. And then last year he was also there, and he won the whole thing. I think he has been a very, very solid player. Very, very. Was it his first tournament that he won? But he is a very young and energetic player. That's what I would say.
But basically, for one single player, damage for 6,000 is very high.
Yeah, very high.
Very high.
I want to ask you, Shark, though.
Yes.
I want to ask you a question. So, if you're in this environment, right?
Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this question in a little bit because I want you guys to make your predictions first. Who do you think is gonna win the next map? All right, Shark. If you are in this environment, right, the fans are clearly not cheering for you.
Correct.
Right. Every single thing that the home crowd team does, they cheer, they shout, right? And you hear it, right? You feel it through your bones.
The energy.
The energy.
The aura.
How do you kind of deal with it, right? If you are, the teams from SCA, for example.
First, panic is there. A bit panic. But again, maybe it will eventually boost their moral. They actually have to show they can do the best.
I think we saw it from Peter, right?
Yeah, correct.
There was one cam where he was also really enjoying himself. I was telling Gideon that I am most worried for IDS because this is the first time, they're one of the teams, it's the first time that they play outside, well, not outside Indonesia, but outside of Southeast Asia, right? On such a big stage as well. Because if you think back, a lot of our tournaments, we don't really have a crowd, not even the World Series. So this is the first time in a long time that we have such a big audience.
Very big audience.
And it's not the...
the crowd is noisy.
The crowd is noisy in a good way. I love it. I love it,
right?
I love the energy. I wish we could be there.
Wow, the only thing I say, the stage is enormous, it's outstanding.
I just want to say that the fact that even though we're not there, the fact that we are hearing it, right? You can hear it through our headphones.
We can hear the crowd.
We're going to Nextera next for map number 20. Expectations.
Nextera, Buriram will do well.
Okay.
All right. C-Triple-G, all right, not bad. But I want to see team from Indonesia that is from RRQ.
RRQ Kazu, you want to see that
I want to see
consistency
them
continue?
I want to see the consistency to be continue.
I'll need to borrow a lot of your input for this one. I know that BRU performs really well.
Very
I know
well.
that CGGG and JV sometimes struggle on Xterra.
Correct, I agree.
It's not their best map. RQ is kind of a coin flip. But the fact that it is the best map for BRU, at least from the SEA teams, this is a good chance for them to kind of get back what they lost in Game 1.
Okay, we can see from the center we have team from the team. Floxol coming back to INTZ. INTZ is holding the position with a full squad. There might be a standout between Team Indostars on top.
Yeah, already Kochu with the first blood onto Romy Yogs. That's great for Indostars. Well, we say this is the team that we want to see if they can perform under such immense pressure. Seems like they're adapting pretty well. They finished Game 1 with 7-8 points, and now to get the first blood onto INTZ, who is currently at the bottom some more. So this is scary for INTZ.
Okay, coming back to INTZ, there may be a standoff between Indostar. They're waiting for the right time for first. Who's doing the first engagement? But so far, Indostar is holding back. They are still waiting for INTZ to move their moving around in circle. They're still waiting. There's still no action yet, Huskies.
Yeah. Usually in these like opening, hot drop situations, right? How do you like play around it? Do you wait? Do you push?
On the early fight, you have to get a proper loadout. So basically, usually the first one to get a weapon will get the first advantage. Now we're coming back to TS. TS is on top there.
Again?
Meeting up with Buriram United. All right. But Wasana is on top, giving a support to his teammate. Wasana is still holding their position. All right.
By the way,
Porago there.
This is the second time that BRU and TS dropped the same spot.
Yes.
Right. Last game, Team Solid won. This game, BRU, again, just not being able to overcome Team Solid.
Coming back to TS with 1 kill point. All right, they're holding the position. Coming back. Ooh, seems like both teams are holding back on Game 2.
Especially BRU, right?
Yes, correct.
Very rare to see them.
Very rare.
To see them, play this slow. And wow, on top of the roof is CGGG and RQ Kazu again going at it.
RRQ is on fire indeed. Consistent indeed. Going all the way short with SM8. He's holding the position. Coming with CGGG. We have Peter. Surprisingly, Huskies, Game 2, most of the team is a bit laid back compared to Game 1.
Wait.
Reverse rate is with four kill points already.
They wiped out Indostars.
Yes, they wiped out Indostars. They came as a third party.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate if you're Indostar. Means INTZ kind of gets to walk away with that.
Correct.
But can they outrun reverse rate? The reverse rate on the hunt limit.
Coming back to AF. He's holding the position. Reverse with a jump shot. Nice one with a P90. We need to get one more kill point for the team. With 6 kill points, they are the kill leader so far for Game 2.
Yeah, considering
6 kill point.
Yeah, considering Game 1 where they were under a lot of pressure, right? They keep getting third party. This is a good start for reverse red.
Oh, JV.
JV on the other hand.
Yes, JV is here. JV with 3 kill point. Wow, very good start indeed.
Yes,
There might be a standoff with AF down there. So we have August. Definitely he will communicate his teammate, giving the location of all the rival. Coming back to TS. TS is still have a standoff with Buriram.
They're still hunting down BRU.
Yes, they're still hunting down Buriram.
Okay, I have a theory, right? I have a theory, Shock. I have a theory, because BRU is such a well-known team, right? They've won 2 World Championships. They've finished second on 2 other World Championships. Now everyone in Brazil wants them dead. Every Latin team.
Basically, it's like a bounty.
Yeah, like
everybody's working
big target on their back. Like every Latin team treats taking down BRU as the grand prize. If I don't win the championship, if I take down Buriram, I'm doing Latin a service.
Yes, consider done.
It's like serving your nation,
I agree. Coming back to AF. All right, they're still holding their position. JV Esports just around the corner. Surprisingly, as what I mentioned again and again, Huskies, Game 2, the gameplay is a bit slow compared to Bermuda on the Game 1.
Compared to what we're used to in SEA,
correct,
right? SEA, we probably had like, 20 deaths at this point.
Everything was ghost. Chaotic, right? On the first game.
We had, oh my goodness.
Oh, Buriram still holding position, coming back.
Just no chance at
INTZ. Game in.
This is rough for BRU.
Yep.
Nowhere is safe. Team Solid keeps hunting them down. And now INTZ is probably going to be wiped out now. Yep,
Oh,
they're gone. Just
this
hunted
one
down.
number 11. Coming back to C Triple G. C Triple G still holding. Oh, he was being jump scared by one of the player. Coming back to Honey. 4 kill points from AF. Around the corner is JV just on the left, so they must be very careful. There's only 2 more remaining players. So basically, he's the anchor player to eventually to revive back his teammate.
What is the best way though? Like, if let's say if you're the last man alive, right? Like,
Run.
Like, what? When is it like a good idea to like tank that early blue zone?
Basically, you have to.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Loud,
man,
loud. You are
Dude,
right. Buriram is being bounty by all the teams.
They are public enemy number one.
Yes, they are public enemy number 1, man.
You step foot onto Latam, Sao Paolo is celebrating.
Yes, Loud is 1 kill point. All right, nice one with the go. I think he's moving around circle, looking around. Is there enemy behind them? It is about 10 more remaining teams. Minute number 6. Coming back to Fluxo with 1 kill point. Still holding their back. Still holding
what about all these mid-round revivals? So let's say like mid-round, like 7-8 minutes, right?
Correct.
Where the circle is starting to shrink and you are getting revives, right? How do you recover from that? Because you don't really have much time to loot.
Correct. So usually, eventually, the whole team will be eventually reset. So the best is basically they have to get as much as loot as possible. Maybe they have to rotate a bit further up.
You tank the blue.
Yes, correct. Target the blue. Coming to Fluxo.
Man, the kill feed is filled with just BRU getting taken out, BRU reviving, and BRU taken out again.
All right, coming to triple. Yes, he's still holding his same position just now. Not mistaken.
I don't think they need. Well, they need to move now, but
oh, Buriram is back with a full squad. All right,
but they got nothing.
They are reset all the way.
Full reset.
Full reset. Coming up to Fluxo.
Yeah, current world champions, defending one.
Yes, Loud is holding the position. That's what I told you again and again. The game pass is very slow for game 2. Everybody's maybe they're just waiting for the right time when the circle is getting smaller, and then they will rush in.
It's the same as our local league, right? Right now, we would get like what, 10, 11 teams in the 4th, 5th circle.
I agree.
But I mean, if you are BRU, where do you go?
I think they are in museum, not mistaken.
They're getting a lot of coins, yeah.
They're getting the coins. We have C minus. Wasana is alone there. Coming back to, okay, shooting out the drone eventually. We have General. Reverse race on top there. Diamond. Here we go. Our standoff with minus also Red Rivers. Nice shot in there with the launcher.
We'll be distracted by reverse red at least.
Yes.
Oh wait, they're out.
Huh?
Yeah, they're left.
They're left. They say hi and bye.
Yeah, they realize that okay, there's they don't need to fight this, right? Like they're in the circle. Wow, sort of. Actually, you can see the portal goal is down there.
Down there. On the left.
Yep.
Down there on left, coming back to minus. All right. C Triple G is holding, making a circle, rotating at the corner of the zone. So now there's about 8. On minute number 8, there's 10 more remaining teams. Coming back to Red Rivers. Well, Red Rivers with 8 kill points. So surprisingly, they make a comeback for game 2.
Yeah.
They make a comeback for game 2.
This is as good as it gets, really. I mean, they started off with like what, 5 points, right? They were the one who wiped out Indo Stars. Now with 8 points, I think they are very well set. 14 medkits on Saming alone, but only has 5 glue walls though. So that's something that they might need to look out for. C Triple G at Plaza, right opposite of them.
All right, here we go to the standoff between Red Rivers and also C Triple G. Diamond scoping around, definitely scouting for his teammate, given the location of the. Oh, coming back to minus. Minus still on top, holding the position there. This is the best place, Huskies. You can see the surrounding area.
But I think they gotta move in a bit.
They have to move because the circle is getting smaller.
Circle is coming in.
Reverse red moving in.
C Triple G on the other end though.
Yeah, they're holding the position. Diamond is still using the woodpecker, trying to get line of sight.
There's JV underneath.
JV, a third party, I mean 3 teams.
Yeah.
Diamond shooting all the way with a woodpecker, coming with swap with the Groza. Nameless is here.
Oh man.
Oh, precise shot, but not there yet. Coming back to Loud. Now we're coming back to Loud. Loud.
Oh no.
Loud.
Wait, Fluxo is coming.
Yes, Fluxo is coming.
Fluxo's BSC Triple G wiped out by JV first, but oh, this third party from Fluxo.
It's a third party Fluxo. And also RRQ Kazu behind there.
And
You see
NMG
right
minus.
And
NMG.
minus 4 teams.
RQ Kazuha in the roster. Okay, BRU, another reset.
My
Another
God.
but they don't have much, right? It's like 10.5 minutes in. I don't think they have much to work with RQ Kazu. They just ran away with the portal. It's NMG against Loud and Fluxo. They can hold it. They can hold as well.
Yes.
High ground advantage for Fluxo.
Okay, we have TS Fluxo coming in hard with the SVDY. Coming back to minus. Nando, he's trying to get a shot with the Beretta. It might be a standoff. He cannot get a line of sight for the sniper. But coming back to, oh, nice throw out with the Glow Mantle.
Let's see.
The minus is engaging with Fluxo. Bob is moving forward. We have Nando 69. Oh, Nando 9. Another one more shot.
I'm just gonna back off for now. I think they don't want to fight
they
this.
have to. Oh, but someone came in from behind.
Is that? Yeah, that's
Yes,
Solid.
Team Solid came in as a third party, so they are smacked in the middle.
Because they're fighting BRU also actually.
Yeah, oh, BRU.
Actually, if BRU wins this,
oh,
this is great. Now they get to loot.
Yeah.
Finally, they get to loot.
Oh,
Okay.
dude's coming on the way.
Bye-bye.
Oh, from all the sky. Wow, Fluxo is on fire.
They're on fire.
They are on fire for game 2 indeed.
Is that
Alpha 34, number 8.
Is that what being a world champion feels like?
Yeah, maybe.
Playing on home ground. Performance meter 60 FPS
energy.
constant on and the energy.
The energy is superb. Coming back to Fluxo. Again, standoff with Buriram. Buriram is getting ready. We are great. We have Razor. Oh, this is RRQ. RRQ is a team from Indonesia.
He can't take that portal also. He will try.
Oh, he will try to go for the portal,
Wait.
but coming back to get high.
What is BRU going to do? I mean, yeah, RQ, you can just let RQ go down. It's reverse red behind, so BRU, they
Diamond
leave.
coming.
Reverse red. 13 points.
Ooh, JV. Number 7. Placement number 7 coming back. There's about 6 more remaining teams. Coming back to Loud. We have Chow 7 here. Nice one with the shot of the launcher. Buriram United at number 6, Huskies.
Wow.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable at number 6. Now Red Reverse with 14 kills. They are really also on fire for game 2. It's a comeback indeed.
It is a comeback.
It's a
We have
comeback
what?
indeed.
We have Loud, with Fluxo, with Reverse Red, and NMG. Reverse Red, the only SCA team.
Coming back to General. General is on top there. Minus. If you realize, Huskies, Minus is always on top of the roof.
Yes, they are. Even in game 1, right? They're
Same.
taking a lot of the high ground.
Correct. They're taking about.
Even
they're
at
taking the high ground.
Clock Tower.
I
they
agree.
were taking a lot of the second floor
I agree.
against Loud.
Red Reverse still holding at the 14 kills.
They gotta get through Loud first though. Loud is in the center, right?
Loud
But
coming
do you
back.
take it? Okay.
Fluxo final engagement with Fluxo and also from Minus. We have Bob. Ooh!
Trogon.
Trogon coming back, making another circle.
Reverse Red also pushing.
Oh, Loud
Easy.
number 4.
Got rid of
3
Loud.
more teams remaining. 3 more teams. We have from Red Reverse.
16 elimination shot.
16 elimination. That's a good start indeed by them.
This could be a 20.
Okay, coming back to Diamond. Red Reverse is really on fire. Nice
Wow.
one. The Charge Buster there. Another one more noob down.
Wait.
Coming in hard.
This could be 20, 18 already.
Yes.
Fluxo, they have lost members. Yes.
Shot all the way with the Woodpecker. Nameless is on fire too.
Posey.
19, you are right, Husky. They are going for 20. They are going for point 20.
They could get Nameless back, right? There's the time turner to protect them. And Fluxo. Oh, this is a rouse spot. All the grenades. Fluxo will have to tank the blue. They have to tank the blue. And you have Nando as well. You have to go through Nando first. What is the game plan for Fluxo?
All right, coming back to Minus. Minus all alone. Nando is 9. Is all alone there. He tried to do a short range snipe.
Oh! But that allows Diamond to get boosts in. They are distracted.
Yes, correct.
They are distracted.
Number 3 for Minus. Now there's only 2 more remaining teams. Brazil and Asia. Reverse Red coming all the way hard with a Charge Buster.
Buster.
Nameless.
Around the corner.
Nice one shot. He tried to get
Got
line
him.
of sight.
This could be it. Booyah coming in.
Yeah.
Reverse Red. I think they got it. 22.
Yes.
And a Booyah. Yes, bring it back.
Booyah to Red Reverse.
SCA on the board, Shark.
Wow, wow.
Fluxo started strong. 16 kills and a Booyah. Well, Reverse Red comes in with 22. That's 34 points in the single round.
34 points. Game 1 goes to the team from Latam. Game 2 goes to C.
And that
so it's balanced.
And that is what we like.
That is what
we like. The exchange. And it's good to know that we are in good hands, right? Sometimes, you know, I know we praise BRU a lot. They are our Lord and Savior for SEA, but it's good to see other SEA teams also step up when they need it. Like you think about it, what happens when one day BRU is no more? When this version of BRU is no longer competing, who else can we rely on, right? At least we know Reverse Red, RQ Kazu, these teams, they are really showing up.
They are really showing up. If you compare from the previous match, that is the challenge, challenge finals. Reverse Red and RRQ, they are not that.
No,
they are not.
Look at that, a selfie after the
booyah.
booyah.
They enjoy it. Yeah, they love it.
They love it.
They are telling everybody, we got a booyah for game 2.
Booyah in Sao Paulo, nonetheless.
Yes,
I believe it's their first time. It's everyone's first time outside of SCA. But I agree. Reverse Red, when they play in challenge finals, right, it's not the best. I mean, even on RRQ, they had a great start.
A great start.
And then
they climb down.
And then
slow down.
It's a drop off.
Eventually, at that time, challenge finals, the one who performed is Guriam United.
Yes.
And also C Triple G.
Yes.
They perform very well. This is the shot between JV and also Team AF. Loud. The best part about Loud on the early stage of the match, Circle 1 and 2, they are holding back. They're camping that area.
Very slow start.
Maybe their strategy for game 1 is placement point. Then only go for kill points.
I think about Loud, right? What I remember about them is that Loud they have Lost 21 in particular. This player, well, he's already down in this clip, but Lost 21, their rusher is a very aggressive rusher, right? You can rely on him to clutch like 1v2, 1v3, but he's not consistent, at least from what we've seen, right? Sometimes he takes on too many fights at once and he goes down because he's outnumbered.
Right.
That's something I was expecting from Loud in the opening matches, right? Where you have Lost 21, you know, he's feeling really good, he has momentum, and he starts winning fights. So far, we haven't seen that. So far, Loud has been a bit slower.
Maybe they will perform on the second day.
True, I mean, second day is what's important, right?
Yes,
8 games.
8 games. Today is 4 games. So maybe in these 4 games, most of the other team, they want to see the gameplay of the other teams. The strategy, tactical, the mechanics of it.
As you give the team some time to, to warm up a little bit.
Right.
I would say though, I love the crowd. Even though it's not a Latam team that wants, they're still cheering. This is what we like. But by the way,
Game summary.
8 kills.
8 kills by Protete from JV Esports. Surprising.
But I mean, it's JV. You know, if you know that, if you remember FMSI,
yes, of course I remember.
When they were known as E Arena,
yes,
they
correct.
won the entire grand finals on day 1. We had 3 days of grand finals and they won after the first day, which is crazy in of its own. But this game, a lot more action. 98 total knockdowns, and 13 revives.
Total damage about 43,000. All right. Consider alright. Then Global Destroyer about 52, total rescue 10, total revival 30, total knockdown 98.
It's a way more active game compared to last game. Last game I think we had like only 60 knockdowns, so this one we have 98. It's starting to heat up a little bit, right? Sao Paolo feeling very hot, very electric. Gotta love the environment. That's half of day 1 done.
Yes, I agree. But for the second game, our highlight will be Reverse Red.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, the energy is superb.
Yeah, and Reverse Red is also a team that I think has a lot of potential. I think the one guy the first person I recognize is actually Saming, right? One of the best sniper players I've seen from Thailand. And then you have Nameless also.
Nameless is basically a rookie.
Yes, but especially right, aspiring, a rising star, right? I've been looking for them to really find their groove, and I'm glad to see it in game 2. 34 points.
34 points.
Can you believe it?
Wow, 34 points. JV 18.
We're
Fluxo 18.
We're setting records already.
Yes, but draw between JV and Fluxo.
Yeah, which is crazy enough. I think, and you know when we talk about SCA teams, right? If you can't get Booyah, just get more kills. Look at JV. 14 kills.
14 kills. Amazing. Minus, we have 13. Loud, 11. They have AF. Alpha, there is 9. Buriram United, number 7. Which they didn't perform game 1 and game 2.
Yeah. INTZ, right? They got 0 in game 1, only 3 in game 2. IDS, they got, I think, 7 in game 1, only 1 in game 2. So we're starting to see, at least after the first half of day 1, a bit of the power ranking. Even BRU, they only got 7 points so far.
7 points. But surprisingly for CGGG, game 1 they performed very well. But game 2, their placement number 10 is only collected about 5 points.
Because they got taken out by JV.
So game 3 and game 4, they eventually have to work harder.
Yeah, it was JV who took out CGGG.
Yes,
so
correct.
It's a bit unfortunate for them. I think you can say the same for RQ Kazu. Ran to Fluxo, ran to BRU, ran to Loud. So a very rough game. But this is how it's going to be if you have like 40 players at the 10-minute mark. It is going to get messy.
Huskies, okay, we are seeing game 1 and game 2. Your prediction for game 3?
Whoa.
Is it our C team will be eventually they will maintain to become a boy, or it goes to Latam? I think it goes to Latam.
What I would say is I'm expecting the final circle with Latam and C team for sure. I don't know who is going to go to, but I'm expecting certain teams to stay consistent. I think Fluxo will stay consistent, 100%. They've been looking solid so far, right? Booyah game 1, second place game 2. I want to look at the highlighted player for this game because from the side of Reverse Red, there's so much to talk about, and the rookie, Nameless.
He is considered the rookie player for the pro scene.
And running the Steffi of
highlight.
All things, right? The
Yes,
Steffi
correct.
that deals with all your grenades, that allows you to be aggressive. And the best part of all, you also help protect the backlines against all these throwables. Maybe that's why they're able to run into Fluxo, who have grenade launchers, Trogons, RGS. Doesn't matter. Steffi solves all the problems.
And the damage is 5,889. It's good for single player. For single round.
I mean, he might be a nameless rookie, but he
plays so well.
Soon he will make a name for himself.
Yes.
Soon we'll remember this guy.
Nameless. It is a name. It is a player that we need to highlight.
Yeah. I think even when you look at Reverse Red as a roster, right, you have veteran players like Sami, very, very experienced. So it's a mix of experienced players and rookies, and it's good to see that they are finally coming together a bit better, right? When they first started out as a team, you can see that there were a bit of inconsistency, right? Like Sami is always the last man alive, don't really know how to support his team. But right now, you're seeing Nameless, Diamond, even X-Posy, they're pulling their own way. They're really, allowing Sami to do his job as a support, as a sniper. That's a great start for Reverse Red. Fluxo remains consistent. We're gonna head for a break, and when we return, it's game number 3 of the Free Fire Mobile Masters.
See you guys later.
ถึงทีมผมจะเป็นทีมม้ามืดแต่ระวังหน้ามืดเวลาเจอทีมพวกผมนะครับ
All
noche luna. No te voy a perder, solo quiero ascender y te busco hasta la lluvia. Corazón de mujer tiene su mal y su bien. Ternura, no te oculto. Nine written a secretos son absurdos. Ain't got time for them y no me luzo. Desde que me enteré se volvió en lujo. Desde que me enteré de que este mundo se mueve con puro poder. Desde que me enteré de que este mundo se mueve con puro poder. Mami, mami, mami chula, eres suficiente, quítate la duda. Mami, mami, mami chula, tú sabes que ese error nunca nos dura. Nunca dura, ni su basura, ella lo jura. But then I prove the wrong, and I ain't beefing, no peleo. Dejo que pase las cosas, más bien la veo. Y analizo desde lejos, gracias a Dios me entero y me sale bello. Me enteré del Judá los perros, movimiento limpio, espíritu en espejo. Desde que me enteré de que este mundo se mueve con puro poder. Desde que me enteré de que este mundo se mueve con puro poder. Mami, mami, mami chula, eres suficiente, quítate la duda. Mami, mami, mami chula, tú sabes que ese error nunca nos dura. Nunca dura, ni su basura, ella lo jura. But then I prove the wrong, and I ain't beefing, no peleo. Dejo que pase las cosas, más bien la veo. Nunca dura, ni su basura, ella lo jura. But then I prove the wrong, and I ain't beefing, no peleo. Dejo que pase las cosas, más bien la veo.
All right, we are back to Snapdragon Pro Series Mobile Master 2024. I'm Shak. And I'm with Gideon all the way here.
Yep, it's good to be on the same desk as you,
Yes,
Shark, because
correct.
we got more games to be had. Next is up on the chopping block. It's Purgatory for our third map out of the 4 maps that are going to be played here today. So quickly, we're already here on our third rotation. And more importantly, for those of you out there supporting Latam, they are skyrocketing in the league.
We only got Buya for game 1, by Bloxo. But game 2 goes to the sea, Red Reverse.
Hey man, and that's the thing. It was Red Reverse, and there was only one other C team that was in that top 6. The rest all Latam, which is once again not too surprising, but more so something for the C teams to start thinking about here, because if we have to talk about any C team, BRU have been taking a
What
beating.
happened to BRU? Come on, what happened to BRU?
I don't know.
Gideon, you have watched. from the previous match. That is from Challenge Finals. Buriram was on top.
Oh yeah.
They are on the next level. But game 1 and game 2, maybe it's because jet lag, as what I told Husky just now.
Well, jet lag is probably one of the
correct.
good reasons. Right. Second of all, I think that audience is starting to get to them maybe a little bit.
Yes,
I'm talking about
correct.
outside factors, because if we're talking about in-game factors, I'm surprised that they aren't able to cleanly win their 4v4 fights, especially when they're getting contested for a hot drop, or at the very least contested for their traditional landing zone. So again, I have to admit the Latam teams have come into a certain degree of preparedness, but they're still playing true to themselves.
Yes. And as what we watched from game 1 and game 2, Buriram United, it has always been a bounty. They want to wipe out the whole team. First team to hit, let's look for Buriram. You realize that? Huh?
That is true. They
come
haven't
back,
been able
they
to
reset.
stabilize.
Yes,
yeah.
but then they came in the back again. The people are chasing him. So Buriram is having a tough time.
I mean,
game 1 and game 2.
If Buriram is having a tough time, that means somebody else is having a good time. And Red Reverse,
Take the advantage.
they took so much advantage. I mean, look at the overall here in day number 2. We have Fluxo sitting at number 1 with 46 total points overall. 25 kills, 21 placements compared to Red Reverse. Slow on game number 1, but definitely ramped it up in game number 2 with totaling up to 22 kills combined.
All right, then JV Esports with 27 kills. 27 points, kills 22. Reverse RRQ Kazu from Indonesia with 11 kills and 26 points. C Triple G with 24 and Loud at 23. So the points difference between the other team is not about 1 point or 2 points. Coming back to number 7, we have the Miners with 18, 6 kills. From Alpha, 15 points with 7 kills, and Team Solid.
Yep, and as expected from the top 3 teams to be, leagues ahead of everybody else, already achieving the first couple of booyahs in the game. Everyone below them from 7 all the way down to 12, they're just contesting for these big points. But the big differential, or the biggest differential we can see, is between 9th and 10th place, right?
Yeah, Buriram 9th with 7 points.
Yeah, I mean, they may be at 7 points, Indostars at 8. 1 point difference compared to Team Solid at 14.
Right. But, I mean, if you compare between the team fight, I mean, the firepower between Indostar and Buriram is not supposed to be at placement number 11.
I mean, we hope that they are
Yes.
able to warm up in these next couple of maps, of course, but I have to say, you know, teams like Team Solid, for an example, who took on Buram pretty early on in map number 1, I like that ballsy style of
You like the
play.
ballsy style?
I do, because then it's telling people who have firepower, you don't know us that well. You don't know us well enough before you can make that judgment.
All right, so we make a recap from game 1 and game coming back to Latam, all right?
All right.
So now we settle with Southeast Asia and we're going back to Latam. Loud gameplay, sorry, not loud. I mean, team from Fluxo, the gameplay is consistent.
Very.
Game 1, game 2, now we're going for game 3.
I'm expecting them to have a pretty good performance overall. They made it look easy in map 1 and as well as map 2.
Game 1, they got Booyah. Game 2, they got placement number 2.
They did, and I will say it was a little unfortunate. It was out of their control, to be fair,
okay,
and I think
agree.
that's to be expected when you're in those last 3 teams.
Okay, I agree.
Map number 3, though.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Wow. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to top 4 this at a minimum. At a minimum. Because of the performance that they're playing right now, they're not missing their shots. They're winning team fights. They're making very good decisions all across the board. And especially we're seeing a majority of the teams get knocked out right at that 5-2-6 transition circle, right? And I think, you know, Fluxo has been managing that hot zone very, very well. I think Reverse Red, they had a lot of momentum on their side. Take away that momentum, are we still going to see the same results? That's a big question.
That is a very, very big question. But for me, for the C for game 3, I will give a strong feeling to C-Triple-G.
Really? C-Triple-G?
C-Triple-G play well on this map.
They play very well?
Very well with Poguturi.
Well, it's time, everybody.
C-Triple-G.
C-Triple-G is the name to be keeping out for from Daddy Shark himself as we start heading on over and seeing the drop here on Purgatory for the very first time. Let's have a look here as we see. Oh, all right. Not so, man, how does SBS do it every single time? Just an even neutral drop.
Yes, Red Reverse heading all the way to main mount. Okay, we can see Loud. They're moving on nearby to Crossroad. Buriram United still following the... Okay, maybe Buriram United they will drop spot will be at Mobile Works. Coming back to Loud. Okay, there may be a standoff. Oh, first shot from Loud with the AUG. Coming back to Red Rivers. Rivers. Oh, it is a good start indeed. Aggressive for game 3 at minute number 1.
Oh,
aggressive.
Really aggressive. Hold on. It's not over just yet. So far, they've traded back. Ooh.
Nice shot with Foxy with M60. 2 kill points for Red Rivers. So it's a good start in it. So I think they want to, if Red Rivers play the same momentum, they might go for top 3 or top 5.
I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Maybe.
There's a good maybe. There is a very good maybe here. But let's look at Indostars right now. I think they're going up against JV Esports. And this 1v1's very important as Raz ends up falling down. 18 Dira and Kasil, they're out of there. They just want to reset, stabilize, and look for an opportunity to re-engage later on.
All right, Indostar with 2 kill points. 3 kill points. Nice. Good start indeed from team from Indonesia.
I mean, this is to be expected from Southeast Asian teams, right? Early combat in the fields as well. Let's have a look over at Central here as we look at RRQ. Kazu doesn't look like they have to deal with any engagement so far, and it looks like they actually went for the 2-2 split on their initial drop to cover more area.
Okay, most probably C-Triple-G will meet team with RRQ around the corner. Again, as what you mentioned again, RRQ is a bit happy looting there. Coming back to AF in Brazil. All right, surprisingly, if you see from the map, all the team is quite far between each other, right?
Very far in a matter
very
of
far.
fact.
Oh, TS is around.
They are around, but there's still a good amount of distance between the two. And I don't see shots being exchanged between the two just yet, so they might not have the information at hand. Indostars look like they're on fire for some reason. Looks like either they're taking an engagement or if they were already secured their kills pretty easily, as we do see Team Solid now covering more area.
Yep, Team Solid here. They're moving around circle. They make the very huge rotation, going on the side of coming back to a team from Indonesia. That is from RRQ Kazu. Loud from Brazil.
Okay. Loud.
Gideon, game 3, I mean in minute number 2, we won't see any gunfight. There is no gunfight. Everybody's like, Lee back, most probably they want to maintain their placement point, maybe. Do you think?
I think this one, it feels more like an adjustment, right? Because
Yeah, correct.
RRQ aren't using their traditional route path. They're
Correct.
taking the lower ground around Brasilia to get around rather than going through it, or more importantly so to scout out for vehicles for these fast rotations, but instead going around it, meaning that they have either some form of information at the very least. But let's cut over to Moat House for a second, because now, at least for Red Reverse, they finally don't have to take any more shots at their opponents anymore. They're walking away with a couple of kills, and they get some pretty decent loot by the time they leave Moat House.
Alright, coming back to Team JV. JV Esports coming out to RRQ with, RRQ with a pot to go. Okay.
Yep, it looks like every team is
every team is moving around, scouting around. Maybe they want to prepare their setup. Coming back to Triple G also same at Quarry.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just, farming for better tier weapons,
correct.
farming for better tier armor, and a matter of fact, finding these vehicles more importantly, because this is one of the bigger maps that they have to worry about, and rotations can be a little bit difficult for the earlier rings, especially if you're faced with the Brazilian defense at the helm to make sure that they gatekeep the right members. IDS as well as ITZ nearby.
Okay, you have Buriram United. Yes, first shot from Wasana. Oh, wow, what a precise shot with a long range with Woodpecker. 1 kill point for Buriram United. They have to make a comeback for game 3 because their placement point is not that. I mean, in overall standing was not that good for game 1 and game 2.
Yeah, really not.
They really worked very hard. Worked very hard for game 3.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're coming up with a 20, maybe even a 30 bomb, that'd be crazy if they were able to achieve that. But looking at the landscape so far, JV is on the back foot. I don't think they'll be able to stabilize as easily as they did previously. But here we go. Red Reverse now taking the high ground, playing towards the hillsides, just controlling each one of these heights, making sure that nobody is able to guarantee walk up to them safely.
Red Reverse is still holding back the position. So now in minute number 5, there's still about 12 the remaining teams. 12 remaining teams, Gideon.
Hey man, it's a different landscape here.
Yeah,
it's not just
basically
Southeast Asia anymore.
Yes. Pogo 3 is it is basically it is a map is very open field. There's a lot of high ground. So you will only see a team fight between a very close engagement when the circle is getting smaller.
Or teams who have the same exact game plan.
Yes,
we've seen that many times here in Southeast Asia. But considering how Latam plays, again, they're really good at predicting. Some of these teams are really accurate in knowing when the circle is going to pull towards a certain side of the map. And hopefully we get to see it here once the first ring closes. And every team just trying to make sure that their backs are clear, waiting out the blue, and even just watching the blue even.
Whoa, Minus taking the first shot. Oh, Diamond has been moved down. There's only 3-1 replay from Red Reverse. Diamond getting ready with the Dragon. Okay, holding the position. You have to be careful. But the team from Minus not giving any chance for Red Reverse. So Red Reverse is in danger. They have to maintain the position. Red one. Nice one with a sniper long range by Nando. With a Beretta there. He managed to knock down Nameless.
Gonna go for another one though.
Okay, Minus. Oh, General. Coming back to Diamond. There's only 3 more remaining players from Red Reverse. One of the teammates has been knocked down. Trying to get a line of shot. Nice shot indeed. 4 key points for Red Reverse. What a good gameplay consistent on game 1. Game 2 and 3. 5 kills. Sming. Minus pulling back. They have no choice.
They have no choice.
They have no choice.
Wait, hold on. AF and as well as IDS in the middle of conflict right now. Looks like it's 2v3.
AF2. Oh, Honey. Nice support with a Woodpecker. But again, it was a good call by Indostar. Oh, nice precise shot. Coming back to AF. Team Alpha. But again, Team INTZ came in as a third party there.
Yeah, and I think
it's a third party.
This is a good call coming in from Alphas. They're back
Potago. Using the Potago now.
Yeah.
Coming back to with the Kara level 3. Wow.
I mean, he's doing a lot of good damage, and INTZ came in at the right time, but it does force Alpha because Alpha took shots at them, and now again start moving away. They get wiped here, unfortunately. We do see that JV is able to kind of stabilize. They found enough economy to actually bring back one of their members, but it's not over for the Indostars just yet.
Indostar is holding the position, coming back to INTZ. There might be a final standoff between INTZ and also Indostar. Nice frag indeed. All right. Okay, he shoot down the goal. They are pushing in. Oh, they are pushing in finally. But again, with a quick recall with the glow wall there.
Oh, nicely done, nicely done. Baits out the engage, stops it straight away. But that's not all. We have Team Solid here, making it difficult for Indostars to find any form of retreat.
Team Solid, all right. Moving circle left, right, and center behind the glower. You can see Gideon, portal left, right, and center.
Yep, who knows which portal you can
yes,
take.
I'm right. I'm right. Huh?
You don't know. You don't know which of these portals are going to take you to the one that you hopefully save your life. But you're
Finally,
Solid.
Yeah. An engagement from Team Solid Indostar. Nick coming hard with a Charge Buster. Giving support to his teammate, coming back to Tatu. Again, you can see a portal there. Gideon. Oh, Tatu trying to get on the side. Nice frag indeed, but again, there's a portal on top inside also.
They could go for it. I don't know. The angle seems a little dangerous though.
They're still remaining there on top.
They're
still holding back. They're still holding back.
It's a choke point.
Yes.
They can't move out of this. And I think Team Solid, they recognize that they've tried to use the glue wall melters as a way to kind of clear it all up before they make sure that they can have a secured rush up that stairs. But no. It just seems that the Indostars are very patient with the amount of utility they actually have left. Getting sniped as well from Guaxa.
Wow, very nice snipe indeed with a long range.
Someone
came in as a third party. Wow. Coming hard, Tatu 13. There is engagement from Indostar final. We see who will hold the position here. 3 kill points from Team Solid. But again, if I'm not mistaken, Team Minus just around the corner.
They are.
Yes, I was right. Team Miners taking as a third party, they're taking the totally advantage.
They're back here for some more action. And now that they've already forced out one team, Team Solid hasn't been able to stabilize just yet. Let's cut over to Red Reverse to see how they're doing, especially since they found the last couple of members. Oh, from JV Esports.
Red Reverse with 9 kill point indeed. Consistent gameplay for game 3. Red coming in hard with a Woodpecker. Loud reacting, coming back to Team Brazil.
This makes more sense.
Yes.
Let's have a look at the next circle here as the high ground has already been taken over by Loud. And they are looking over everybody, whether it be RQ, whether it be JV. They can see it all.
Yeah, I agree. Team Loud here, holding the position. Not mistaken, if you see from the map, you can see from JV Esports is around the corner. Coming back to Red Reverse. Nice shot indeed with Poxy. 10 kill points for Red Reverse. 10 kill point, Gideon.
Yeah,
10 kill point is a good start again for game 3.
It may be a good start, but how do they get inside the circle? Because they're getting, again, zoned out. They're getting gate kept here by NTZ as well on that eastern half.
Okay, we have Fluxo. As usual, oh, nice one. Nice shot indeed. We have Buriram United is still holding back. Fluxo with 1 kill point. Not mistaken, Team RRQ just around the corner. Coming back to Loud, there might be engagement with JV. C-Triple-G. Oh, the standoff between C-Triple-G and Buriram United. Oh, no. On fire, take the shot.
Oh, no.
Yo! First point from On Fire. Coming back to Kuga. Buriram United is holding position. They're finally going to engage for the flank. Coming hard. Trying to make a jump scare with a Just Buster. Ooh! Coming back from Kuga. Kuga with a Uzi there. Rotating back behind the glow. Get high. Really high on it with the Bison. Buriram United has been slayed by C-Triple-G.
Oh, they're trying. It's still close though. Peter's back up.
Oh, C-Triple-G at this minute 11.
I mean, that's
good
Jonah.
try, good try.
It was a good try.
It was a good try.
I mean, you got to give it to Jonah. He clutches it for the team when you ask for him. And I bet the rest of his team is like, Jonah, please. Jonah, please save us out of this bad situation.
Yeah.
You see Loud going in for the full engagement towards JV's side. A lot of glue walls being dropped down.
JV is holding the position. Loud is coming in hard. Coming back to Jonah. Woo! 2 kill points for the nice frag indeed. Support. Another one more launcher shot. And Buriram United number 10 is what I told you, Gideon. They have been bounty for game 1, for game 2, and game 3.
I mean, nobody
the
wants
main bounty for tonight.
They don't want to give
Yes.
them momentum. That's
Correct.
the problem. And I think for some of these other teams, especially for Team Solid, taking a lot of casualties in the back, have to tank the blue and deal with this other member of Reverse Red waiting for him on the southern side on high ground.
So that means good news for all the Brazilian team because Buriram United is out. It's good news for them.
I mean, we say that, but here we go. Now they have to face each other.
Oh, Red Reverse is on fire indeed. 13 kills, really. 13 kills.
Seems like a good idea, but let's look at the southern half.
Coming back to General. Nice one with the Wapaka. Sniping all the way with Fluxo. Can Fluxo hold the position? Ooh! He shot with Fluxo. Then he's go down. Take another shot with JV down there.
I mean, he's just so accurate. What can
So
I,
accurate,
What
huh?
can I say about that, right? What can I say? He's just good at changing his targets. He's very stable with his hands. But I think coming into this fourth circle, going into the fifth, this is not exactly the greatest position. It's on a bridge. At least 20% of it is in water, and the rest of it, Loud has the high ground on a majority of these teams.
Yep. Holding position from Red Reverse. Red Reverse, it might be a standoff between the miners. But Loud is around the corner too, and also RRQ Kazu. Miners with 6 skill point. He's holding the position. They are smacking him. Oh, precise shot indeed by Nando.
One more.
He's stacking around the. Whoa!
Nasty,
Wow.
nasty shots coming out from this team. However, these are very compromised positions. Any team on the southern side of this circle is going to have a really, really tough time. And that's not even the teams that are under fire. RRQ Kazu also has to figure out a way into the circle as well.
They are back for game 3. They are back for game 3. Coming back by Loud and Fluxo. Placement number 5. 4 more teams. We have Loud, RRQ Kazu, Red Reverse just around the corner. And indeed, Red Reverse will take an advantage. But Loud is holding the position because Red Reverse not giving a chance to them. Here we go. A stand up between. Oh, and minus on placement number 4. 3 more teams. Loud, Red Reverse, and also team from Indonesia. RRQ Kazu. Nameless coming in hard with the Charge Buster. Another one more swipe away with the Charge Buster. Nice one indeed.
Making it look nice, but on the bottom side, the southern front, we see that RRQ Kazu taking full control of this, and Loud splitting themselves 2 for 2 is going to get pincered on both sides.
Loud is holding position. There's only one more. Last man standing. Lost is all alone there.
He's got to stop
alone-
showing
he's all
position,
alone there.
right? He's got to stop showing
Yes,
presence, right?
Correct. You better. Oh, but Zone is on his side.
He's just got to take it.
Yes, he has to take it. But coming back, RRQ. There's 3 more players from RRQ. Red Reverse 3. It is basically is a balance. But Loud is only one more remaining team. One more remaining player.
Oh, somebody's got to deal with him. It looks like it's going to be
Yeah.
Red Reverse, right?
Red
As
Reverse going
RRQ
hard.
walking in. It's a 3v3 v1.
Coming back to nice shot, nice call by Diamond. Is throwing all the way with the grenade. Here we go. We will see who coming back. I mean, Nameless giving us support. Loss is coming in. Last man standing. Ooh,
my
Lee came
gosh.
in as a third party.
He comes
was
in.
a superb clip indeed.
He wants to get kills. He wants
Yes,
to get kills.
yes.
And Red Reverse is punished for it.
Red Reverse 2, 15 kill points. RRQ 2, Loud 1, 2-2-1.
No
Gonna
way.
get a shot. Yes, ooh, nice shot. But
Oh.
Loud is down there. He's holding a position. He's smack in the middle. He's smack in the middle with 2 teams.
He's being a mosquito right
Yes,
now.
correct.
He's irritating Red Reverse. They cannot get him off their backs.
I agree with you. Oh, finally Red Reverse has been moved down. Placement number 3. There's only 2 more remaining team. Team from Indonesia. RRQ Kazu and Loud. Another one more jump shot by Lost with a Bison. And one more shot there. And again goes to Booyah for RRQ Kazu from Indonesia. Wow. Outstanding indeed. Game 3 goes to the sea.
Great assessment coming in from RRQ Kazu of the entire situation. They knew Red Reverse and Loud were controlling the high ground. They realized that Loud had a 2-2 split on high and low. They punished the lower ground teams, let Red Reverse deal with Loud, and they will clean up afterwards. Great decision making coming out from RRQ Kazu. Our Latama brethren a little sad because again, they were holding each other back.
Yes.
One on the low, 2 teams on the low ground, Miners and as well. Miners were taking their time with this. They were okay on their side.
okay,
and then
you're right.
RRQ Kazu said, no, we gotta shake things up.
They came and they rushed in all the way. By the way, congratulations to RRQ Kazu.
Yep, congrats. Big
They might
win
be
for them.
smiling. The energy is different now already.
I mean,
the energy now is different. The Asian team is already coming up. They're coming up slowly.
to be fair, I think they're utilizing the crowd pretty well. I mean, they're not too far away. I think they're on the second middle row, if I remember correctly here. And I think they especially when they come from locals, they know what a crowd is like. So coming to Brazil, it ain't no different. It might not be for them, but they still can feed off their energy. Booyah coming out from RRQ Kazu.
Wow. Okay, coming to Indostar. Okay, Indostar's engagement with Indostar for the early match is okay. Quite alright. Then I think he come on the mid game. You realize.
I think for them, it gets to a point where they start overthinking situations, right? Like, should we be going for more kill points while we are here? It's such a large map. And what is it? What, third ring, second ring? No big deal. We can absolutely take it. And then we've seen teams who never really got a break, because once the Indostars decided to start moving forward, Team Solid wasn't too far behind them, and especially once they were locked into that compound, getting in and out of it came at a cost. And at the end of the day, unfortunately, Team Solid was able to walk away with a couple of members and a little bit of damage, eventually getting wiped later on. But if we look specifically at BRU, it seems that they are colliding with every single team walking in towards that circle side. And I think people are very aware of it, which direction they should be coming from. And I think the most disappointed with this team here would be Loud, because they had God Spot. They split up their forces to find these kills, and they weren't able to kind of finish off the game at the very end.
This just now, if you watch just now on the previous highlight, Loud is giving us it's like a mosquito, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's alone there. Okay. I will take a shot. I hide again. I take a shot. I hide again. Okay. Now we go for the game summary. Goes to reverse dudes with highest assist with 4. Then Pogzi highest kill with 5, and Glow Breaker goes to Diamond with 7. Total headshot 12.
It makes sense. You send Diamond in to break those walls, and Xboxy doesn't miss a shot.
Yes,
getting some important kills here. Overall, still nothing too surprising. The total kills only being 70. I'm used to way higher numbers, so this is a lot more cool, calm, collected. But you can tell off that total damage that shots have been fired both ways. 83 total knockdowns and 23 total revives. I'm very used to seeing way more revives compared to knockdowns, but it's good to have a bit of a balance.
The damage is about 43,000. So I will say for game 2 was nearly the same, the damage. So it's, in average, it's the same.
It averages out very well. Man, the crowd there, a lot of them I'm noticing has the Loud jersey, or they're throwing out the Loud symbol, of course. That's got to be really disappointing for them, because again, they were in a very good position to walk away with more than 20 kills off of the position that they were from, and more, 20 kills is an over-exaggeration. Probably 10 at most, right? 10 or even 12. But the fact that the Southeast Asian teams decides to aggress on those positions made it really, really tough, and I think Loud was giving a little too much respect early on when they had the high ground against Reverse Red, that it might have costed them a little bit down the line. Yes, they got second in terms of position points, and that was very well played. But I think that so many more kill points could have been earned throughout the game, and that was a missed opportunity.
I agree with you on 100%. All right, we go for the. But if you see on the previous match, Red Reverse was okay. I mean, they got quite decent kills.
They did. They got very hot kills, and they were very close to breaking 20 here. 15 kills, not too far away after taking so much damage throughout the game. And let's not forget about RRQ Kazu. They came up on top of the Booyah, but they're only walking away with 9 kills, so Red still beats them in terms of points for this round. 2-point differential.
And then from Loud, okay, basically they got about 60 points, kill 7. Roxo 7 kills with 13. Minus 13 points with 6 kills. Indostar is 7 kills with 10. Not bad. But Buriram United, 6 points of placement number 9.
Look, they're praying. They're praying at this point. They need to make a significant adjustment, right? Because it feels like these teams are kind of out to get them at this point. They feel contested all the way through. A lot of the Brazilian teams, there's a good spread of them who will like to play for center circle. Other teams who like to play for the outer side of the circle. And then it just feels like there's 2 waves. You beat the first wave, the second wave is already there, and you're like, I don't know if I'm ready for this, but I don't have a choice.
Yeah. Okay, now get it. We are going for the game number 4. Game 1, it goes to our team from Brazil. The game 2 and game 3 goes to our team from Asia. 4 games.
I think it's going to go back to a Brazilian team.
All
I think they
right.
got really close there in that
Yeah.
top 5 as well. A
Yes.
majority were Latam teams, so I'm not too worried about them.
All
I
right.
think I'm more worried for the Southeast Asians to adapt overall, because it's either we're shooting ourselves, each other, or we're just not making it into the ring.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, we're taking a short break. See you guys later.
Give me girls, give me drinks. I wanna party, don't wanna think. I wanna do. How about you? What do you say? What do you say? Give me bottles, give me a buzz, give me the music, give me some love. Wanna get drunk? I wanna play. Give me girls, give me drinks. I wanna party, don't wanna think. I wanna do. How about you? What do you say? What do you say? Give me bottles, give me a buzz, give me the music, give me some love. Wanna get drunk? I wanna play. I wanna play.
Gente, tô procurando alguma coisa pra mostrar pra vocês aqui, olhando o que tá acontecendo aqui. Quer dizer que vai ter festinha na piscina daqui a pouco, Bops?
Com certeza, já estamos preparados. Bolinha pra jogar um vôlei, rapaziada ficar tomando um banho aí de bobeira, tá todo mundo pronto.
É, uma otinha é sempre bom, mesmo com a bola do Kiko, né? E essa escolha aí de boia, hein, Butizão?
Ah, a boia é bonita, elegante, né, mano? Aqui, ó, combina. Esqueça do pra não afogar, né?
Essa aí tu não tá panguando?
Não, essa aqui não tá panguando, não. Essa aqui é das boas.
E ó, boatos que vai ter festinha na piscina pra quem ganhar o Snapdragon Mobile Masters. É por isso que você já tá de boia. Você tá confiante assim, Gil?
Óbvio, né, mano? Já vim preparado com meu mano Flamingo. O bichão já sabe nadar, vai me segurar se eu me afogar. Tamo junto.
Se fosse pra dar um nome pra esse Flamingo, qual nome você daria?
Peter.
Peter!
Peter.
Bonito, combinou.
Todos aqui olhando o Peter, então. É isso, tamo junto então, meus queridos. É nóis.
Well, funny enough, we actually have a Peter from Southeast Asia. C Triple G. Welcome back to the Snapdragon Pro Series Mobile Masters for Free Fire. Getting ready for the last game of the first day of this Mobile Masters Finals. Me Husky alongside Kid and Q. Close out shop.
Now, we've seen so far the rawest form from both the Southeast Asian side as well as Latam. I'll show you the standings and explain it further because that just makes a lot more sense here. Now, sitting right on top, it's going to be Red Reverse, doing pretty well in the past 2 maps to accumulate 60 total points. But current world champion sitting at 59, 1 point away, consistently making it top 3 each and every time.
Consistent is the name of the game, honestly, right? Fluxo, first place, game 1, second place, game 2, and still makes a top 3 finish in the 3rd map. And Reverse Red, I gotta say, the fact that they came out swinging in game 2, clocking in 34 points is impressive of his own. RQ Kazu also so far is living up to their expectations. You have Loud, you have JV, of course NMG to round out the top 6. What is shocking, even till now, is the fact that BRU is sitting at 11th spot, 13 points.
They've been having a really rough time, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Really rough time. If it isn't the Brazilians gatekeeping them, it's the Southeast Asians pushing them into the chokehold here. I'm telling you, it's been rather difficult for BRU to survive these situations, but we've seen them in these spots before. They aren't playing like their usual selves. They're not as snappy. They're not as quick to cover each other's backs like we're used to seeing, especially when it comes down to defending a singular compound, which they are known to be extremely good at.
Yeah, usually if a fight breaks out, they take it, right? And they are not the team to back down. But so far, this is the first time in almost 2 years I see them try to run away from fights and not being able to recover, just go on this revival spree, which is very, very rare. So it's also one of those few scenarios where you can say, well, the best players, even gods bleed. And it's good to see that other SCA teams are stepping up to the occasion, right? They're taking over what we usually expect out of BRU.
Yeah, I mean, that's not all, right? Some of the up-and-coming team, well, I wouldn't even say up-and-coming, some of the notable names, they're shooting up in the rankings really fast, like Loud, for an example. They could have won that very last game with their prime positioning. But what about you guys at home? People who are watching on Twitch, the Snapdragon match prediction has begun, so cast your votes in the Twitch chat while you still can, because I'm telling you, I'm thinking that one of the Latam teams are going to be able to take this final map away from Southeast Asia to close out the day.
And I want to see if Fluxo can still remain on that top 3 leaderboard, right? They have been consistent. I think out of all the teams, they are the most consistent so far, and they obviously being the current world champions and having the entire crowd behind you does help, but it also really shows that them winning the trophy was definitely not a fluke last year. They have kept that momentum going up to today, and we are seeing it in the way they play. Really does feel like they have come such a long way that if you tell me that Fluxo is from SCA, I would completely agree with you.
I mean, I think you're talking about Team Solid, because Team Solid plays very much like a Southeast Asian team.
Oh, yes.
Touches the ground instantly. Where's the first fight? Where's the first gunfight we're gonna take?
Yeah. Where's BRU? Every single time, if you look at the player cam, they pop off. Every single kill is a pop off, right? They have so much energy stored within them. Of course, back on site, I think you can start to see that the atmosphere is now changing a little bit, right? For some of the teams who are not performing as well, Alpha 34, for example, so far not looking the best. They're definitely not at the bottom. They're still kind of in the middle of the pack, but they also have been struggling a little bit.
They really have, and I think, it's a little sad to see from this particular squad, because I was hoping that they would be doing a lot better, especially trying to break in towards, I was making a prediction of top 6 maybe even, because overall, it's not like their game plan is wrong. It's just a little unfortunate that now you're adding a little bit of the Southeast Asian mix into it, where we're very opportunistic in our fights. You can't expect to be able to hold your side of a compound and expect the opposing side to not do anything about it, because as soon as a third party, and if it's from Southeast Asia, they're going to find any kind of minuscule weakness. Oh, you're too slow on getting a glue wall by your window. I'm gonna take a quick headshot. You're too slow at throwing a glue wall by your own entrance, coming up through the stairs of any compound. 3 people have already rushed on through.
I think what Southeast Asia teams are really good at is scrappy fights, right? They like the chaos. They like to make it messy. If you're not ready to fight in these messy environments, that's where you start to get overwhelmed. And I think teams, well, at least some of the Latin teams are starting to pick up on that, right? Fluxo, for example, we don't really like to fight messy fights, but we make sure that the environment that we're in never gets to that point. Well, we talk a little bit about Alpha 34. We actually have prepared something regarding them as well, so check it out.
Continuando nosso mini tour, tô esperando aqui pra ver algo diferente e tal. Encontrei a Alpha 34, que tá aqui no sofazinho, tranquilinho, só esperando. E, gente, não tem como notar uma coisa. Olha o nosso Glauco aqui agora, atual Roglauco. Fala pra mim desse corte de cabelo aí, meu filho, que fez sucesso nas redes sociais.
É o cabelo do Ronaldo, tamo junto, é nóis.
É o quê? O que que é?
Cabelo do Ronaldo, vambora.
Agora do Roglauco, né?
Roglauco, né? O novo nome do cabelo aí. Se puder tá apelidando aí Roglauco, vambora.
Tem algum segredo aí? Você colocou esse cabelo, acho que vai dar mais habilidade?
O Mundial tá aí, né? E né, meia-noite eu te conto porque vai ser esse cabelo aí e o significado dele. Vambora.
História, né, do Ronaldo.
Vambora.
Caraca, então meia-noite ele vai contar, vamos esperar. E ó, vocês estão descansando de boa aqui, entendeu? Tranquilões, porque daqui a pouco o bicho vai pegar, não vai não?
Claro, pai, eu quero é jogar. Hoje é dia, pai. Hoje eu quero jogar, eu quero entrar. Vocês vão ver a brincadeirinha que a gente vai fazer aí, papai. Vambora, vambora.
Eu adorei isso. Se eu fosse player, eu me sentiria ameaçada, tá? Vocês vão ver. Vambora, vambora. Entendeu? Então, já que vocês vão ver, bora mandar aquele recadinho aí pra todo mundo vir pra ESL, torcer pela Alpha 34. Qual que é o recado que vocês têm pra mandar pra galera aí?
Vem assistir aí, rapaziada.
Só vem, papai, só vem. Nós vai amassar.
Só nós. Vambora. É o Pulse tá com confiança. Bota no nosso peito, que nós vai botar pra...
Ó, a história vai ser feita, tá? A história vai ser feita. Vem pra pertinho, câmera. Vem pra pertinho, câmera. Ó, tô esperando vocês, Dedão. Vem assistir a gente. Vambora. Vambora, papai.
É isso aí, vem pro fute, entendeu? Que aqui a gente tem Roglauco, a gente tem seleção da Alpha 34. Pera aí, a comemoração, muito importante, vamos lá. Fala comigo.
Todo mundo. Aquela comemoraçãozinha. Ela é a do Buia,
Vambora, papai. É o Ronaldo, esquece.
Então é isso, minha gente. Não tem Cristiano Ronaldo aqui, não. Aqui tem Ronaldo e Roglauco e vão botar pra quebrar aí. Alpha 34 prometendo muito. Vamos ver, vamos torcer? Então só bora.
I remember the quote for a long time. There's no Ronaldo, only Roglauco.
I'm sure the haircut went really well on social media. I'm not gonna lie. As a social media gimmick, I am. Ooh, that man. I gotta give it to him. He's a lot braver than I am.
Yeah, he's committed.
He's committed to a different level.
To the bit and to winning the whole thing, right? His history will be made, but they have to buckle up a little bit more. Because there's still quite a journey to the top.
There is still quite a journey. There's still plenty of games to actually go through tomorrow as well. But for this very final map, I think the adjustments need to start coming in, right? These Latam teams have been looking some more aggressive than others a little bit more tactical in their approach, coming in towards variables that they can actually work with, like the ring, for an example, 5 and 6 one in particular. I think that's where the biggest problems have started to really start to seem for not only Southeast Asia, but for some of these Latam teams who are surprised that people are willing to grief their position just so that it's like, I'm not gonna wait to mirror you, I'm just gonna bring the fight to you.
Yeah, and I think we're starting to see the power ranking as well, right? Again, Alpha 34, I think INTZ is currently at the bottom in terms of the Latin teams, but for SEA, BRU, IDS, they're also not doing the best. And then we're seeing some of the high rankers, right? Fluxo, excuse me, Reverse Red, RQ Kazu, C-Triple-G, they're coming in hot and they're maintaining their momentum, which is, I think, the most important part, right? You can start off great, but can you maintain that tempo throughout the entire day? And I think teams like Fluxo and Reverse Red have been doing a really good job at that.
We'll see on the final day and the last 3 maps. If Reverse Red is in position for it, maybe they'll start amping up the heat. Let's have a look at the stage currently as the teams are getting prepared to jump into our next map. What are some of the predictions here? Who are you expecting to be coming up on top?
I'm expecting Fluxo to remain consistent, right? Top 3 finish for sure. When we look into this final map, I personally feel like I feel like BRU would probably still struggle. Like this is a team that sometimes takes a while to warm up, but judging by the first 3 rounds, I think they will still be in that cycle for now. I'm more looking at RQ Kazu. Can they break out of the cycle of inconsistencies? One good round, one poor round, and then you sort of recover in the round afterwards. That has always been a problem for them.
Yeah, again, I don't know whether it's the protocols that they have set or whether or not they are a little hesitant in some of these fights, and that's why their decisions can be a little strange. With that being said, it looks like teams are starting to load up for the drop soon in our very fourth map here. Oh, what a man, they're really up in the standard. That trophy, this is the first time I'm getting to see the Mobile Masters trophy. That is a dope trophy, and what these teams are going to be playing for as we drop on into my personal favorite map. Welcome everybody to Alpine.
I know I've said this before, but if I remember correctly, statistically in SEA, VRU performs pretty well on this map. I mean, I say the same for Nextera, but that didn't go that well.
That's why I'm a little like, boy, this could be a little rough here. But let's see, as they start dropping into a map, it's gonna be pretty much a straight line right through it on the F column here. So we see the team spread out. Hotspots going to be Snowfall.
Well, I just want to say, Fluxo really did their homework. Look at the grounds that they're covering, right? Stadium, they're taking the entire Vantage. That is going to be so much resources. RQ Kazu not going to have that much of a breathing room as they are dropped by Alpha 34.
Let's see whether Alpha is going to be able to live up to that name. They got to show dominance here, and immediately finds the knockdown.
Wow, Yato with the slight moonwalk. Mini Uzi. That's first blood already given over to AF. I believe IDS also runs into NMG. Abe, good return. Honey being the trade, so both RQ and AF trading 1-4-1.
It's a 3v3 right now. Both teams still scrambling for resources. For how long, though? This is where it gets scary.
Oh.
RQ, they're backing out here. They're already... I mean, Razor, he's in a lot of trouble, but they've already managed to get dudes back.
I believe, yeah, it was loud. I think they came in with the grenade launcher of all things, so Razor's not getting out of that. Only had 2 medkits to his name. IDS, though, not having the best time. Leave the corner, just takes a shot to the head. And that's InnoStars out already.
Dang, that was a good shot. InnoStars had first contact there as well, swinging out first, taking the shots, but it just wasn't accurate enough compared to his counterparts. Now, looking at INTZ, going to be able to support each other here in Militia as they have to deal with Red Reavers. Red Reavers already dropping down, and remember, and Nameless, the next to fall.
Yeah, through the glue wall as well. Gets shot, lost 21. Getting ran down by Chucky. As AF, they turn their attention over to Loud. As Cowan does have a bit more health. Now has to try to get the trade. Actually finds Chucky, but Yato, the right place, the right time. Loud not really committed to this, so it's fine. Cowan finds 2 and Yago brings him back.
Yep, on the northeastern side, they have control of a revive. At the very least, that POI is under their control, and they can consistently bring their fellow brethren back. Red Reverse also trying to do the same, but trying to stabilize, in a matter of fact, because they're holding their own against INTZ up on the northern side of the compound.
Reverse Red so far in first place, 60 points. Gotta have a stay consistent if they want to stay there. Saming, close quarter combat. Weefox actually taking a lot more damage. A headshot spray. Posey, Exposey with the double revolver to finally provide some support for Saming, and now he gets to reposition a little bit. Leave the INTZ R1 now stuck on the roof. Reverse Red ready to take it to the next level. Do not have the high advantage though, so this is not going to be an easy fight.
Trying to get up there. They're taking their time. As long as Saming keeps them distracted, forces one off. Good
Very well done. Very, very well done. That is going to be Reverse Red now, being able to recover from that. And INTZ remains at the bottom.
Yeah, unfortunate indeed, but hey, let's look at Loud so far as they walk in towards Dockside. It looks like a couple of members lingering around from both RRQ and as well as Alpha.
This could be free pickings for RRQ. UAV sent out as well. This could be tags on all 3 of the members, RRQ and Alpha. Even in their position, they definitely do not want to fight. That is good news for Loud. Covering grounds already. Yago found the first one. Legoloff already removed. Dudes trying to outrun Honey. And same against AF. Dudes wins that one. At least a point on the way out.
Unlucky. Unlucky indeed. What can you do as the rest of Loud come in? They're looking to suffocate any one of the members who are still lingering around the docks. Let's cut back, though, to Team Solid. Looking at reverse red is Loud. Now should be able to take out Dudes. No problem here. The question is, how much damage can Dudes actually do?
With the knockout that he got early on, he actually had enough coins to revive Legolas. So RQ gets to stay in the game, even though Dudes will inevitably be eliminated. I was just gonna take it slow. Dudes, that's one already. The corner.
No way.
So close. Just does not have the health bar.
There's not enough resources. Can't do much here, but that was to be expected, right? Team Solid. They're taking on reverse red on the southern side here. High ground may not be in their favor, but it's up on top of a hill. Not a lot of cover to work with.
Wow, Saming exposed just like that. Very well coordinated from reverse, for Team Solid. Seems like they want to chase though. Taking the gold portal already. This is where the battle might just continue at Sunside. Reverse red making a quick retreat, but the main issue is it's an open ground. They might have to split up to cut their losses. Diamond leading the charge. There's a vending machine. They could get the revive on the Saming, but Nameless not that lucky. Shot by Guaksha. There's two from the side of reverse red already down.
Dang, that was a good shot coming in from Guaksha as well. Diamond's going to be able to revive the rest of his teammates here, but running out of resources and running out of them quick. Oh, Team Solid, they're not going to chase this. Smart decision. They're going to play towards Sunside here as JV, as well as RRQ, and even one of the members of Alpha nearby.
And then Fluxo also with the whole team around. JV are a bit split up, and Fluxo controls that revival point. It's not the most important resource for now, but if Fluxo can catch the members of JV, especially when they're individually separated, this could be good news for them.
Both scouts overextended so far. They take high ground.
And shut up. Found on top of the roof. Bobs also found Protini. That is already poor start for JV. At least Limit was able to knock Bobs down. No secure just yet though. MT7 onto Shut Up. Orgus around the corner, ambush. But able to get himself out of this. MT7 with the secure. Fluxo ends up losing two, but instant revive. MT7 brings both Bobs and puts in back.
And that's why this Brazilian strategy, sending three of the members forward and your sniper back, is a good idea, especially when you're on border control here. Gotta keep them out here. But so far, not exactly the best engagement in the world. They probably didn't want to have to waste the resources, but still good recover. Initial knockdown, still JV and Fluxo still going at it. They are relentless.
Thankfully, they were able to find Gio. Bob's okay, back in the fight. The only guy with decent resources, the rest of the team, they got revived, so it's a full reset. Butsin, not really much in the tank, but wants to support his team. Bob's shot, unfortunate. Turns the corner, got caught at the stairs. It's Orgus with the 8th point for JV.
Still haven't given up just yet. They're fighting over this POI, but for how long? We see one of the members from Fluxo book it, just getting out of there. They need to be able to start playing for position here, and the rest will just have to slow down the assault.
Yeah, Pincer from JV nets them the 9th point, and eventually one of the teams is going to run out of gas with all these constant revives, and Fluxo, they're on the losing end of the shut up. He's just going to drop down and quickly collect a cash out onto MT7. 10 points for JV, and Fluxo finally calls it quits.
I mean, they called it quits a while ago, but at the very least, the question is, can they actually recover from this, right? Because now we're looking at the miners in roughly the same spot. They know where the next ring is going to be, and they're going to be holding down towards the southwestern side of that ring. Even the UAVs coming up, working in their favor at the very least. Reverse red playing on the eastern side, doing a little bit of farming on their way as they are... Are they looking for vehicles? I think they are looking for vehicles on the outside, unless they want to go to a merchant. But they've got everybody there. Looks like they just want to loot on up as we look for RRQ on the southern side. And finally, on the northeastern side, it's Loud.
Coming close, coming in at the 9th minute mark, almost. Still 10 teams left, 38 players. The gameplay is definitely slowing down a little bit. Nando with the patience. So spots 3 out of the 4 Alpha members. Decides to not take a shot, so keeping it cool, calm, and collected.
3 are showing presence within the UAV. They sent out another UAV of their own to double confirm some positions here. Really narrow down the space, but here we go. It's BRU and Lau coming in contact with each other.
Moshi under pressure. Yago that one, the penetrating bullets.
Oh!
Moshi
One more.
missed the red rhythm. This goes the other way. Not really sure what's the intent, but Moshi definitely eliminated.
That's so sad. Moshi had no idea where these woodpecker shots were actually coming from, what direction they were coming from, because his line of sight was blocked by those blue walls. And now Loud here taking full control of the situation.
It's gonna close call to combat. Drax found Jonah, that's the captain. BRU being dismantled again by the Brazilians. Lost 21, the Russia now trying to take up as much space as possible. A 2v4 pincer from behind. BRU, the odds stacked against them. Wasana has to do a lot more than just one. Finds two. Maybe it's doable. Wasana runs out of health though.
Oh!
So close yet so far, and BRU again bites the dust.
Oh, but that's not all. Loud, they can't stabilize, but they've got Red Reverse just launching the artillery, breaking down the walls, throwing down the nades, looking for some kills.
And able to get at least 3. Loud not out just yet. The survivor was able to get away. Yeah, Yago poking it. There is a vending machine nearby. He has enough to get one teammate back. It's better than nothing.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe the drop box might be good enough for him to be able to get one more teammate back. It's hard to say. It's hard to say what resources are left on the map, but coming on over, Miners now having to deal with C-Triple-G.
And Alpha also wiped out by by JV. Miners actually losing out on members. C-Triple-G going in for the split. It's just a one-man split on 4 different angles. Here comes the rush on top of the room. NMG trying to hold back the pressure. And Peter with a grenade launcher in his face. Fortunately, I think NMG not long in this round. Nando can't get a good angle. The glue wall's blocking off all of the possible spots, and now they know where he is. Nando, you gotta make a move right now.
He's gotta leg it. He's gotta leg it and hope that some other team is able to slow down their progress. It's not gonna be easy here because JV isn't too far away. They should be able to pick up that last couple of kills as we see Red Reverse on the northern side cleaning up. Miners eliminated, a triple kill coming from Red. That's Team Solid as well, getting eliminated at the same time.
And the ties are heating up. JV themselves have 14 eliminations.
Dang, 14 after the early engagements as well?
Yeah, I mean, the SEA teams are setting a record. While Fluxo is still in the game, right? Still consistent as always. Look at the kill leaderboard. Exposy, Limit, Orgus, Diamond, Shut Up. All with 4 kills each. Wow, not doing too bad. Definitely crippled in terms of resources.
3 members, but they're playing for a lot of information. Now it's going to be C-Triple-G against JV. We've seen this battle happen many, many times before. And C-Triple-G usually comes up on top in this all-in engagement.
Tede knocked down, brings himself back up, but in the firing line of 2 of C-Triple-G members will be instantly taken care of. JV now has already retreated into the circle. One of the survivors, the C-Triple-G takes a vehicle. Shut Up needs to somehow find a way to bring his teammates back. The problem is no vending machines, no revival points, and he has no coins to work with.
Yeah, a lot of the members of Loud are split up within the center of the circle. Still a decent amount to work with here, but it looks like they want to get a good lay of the land. As we see that Fluxo coming out from the western side, needs to take control over this last piece of rock structure that they can work to utilize as cover. As now C-Triple-G are going to contest them for it.
C-Triple-G just pushing into Fluxo. That's the aggression we expect from this team, but Pussy just times it so well. The Charge Buster to eliminate on fire clusters from afar. Unfortunately, just only doing minor chip damage, and Kuga needs an exchange, gets it on the Jew. They equalize the playing field a little bit. Peter gets shot busted again with the Charge Buster. Deadly. And his MT7 with the long range support to get rid of C-Triple-G.
Nicely done coming in from Fluxo once again. It's been going very well for them, but they've already lost a member, which isn't great because a lot of the POIs have been taken off the map, and revival points is in scarcity. Very, very scarce at this point. If not, none at all to be able to work with within this circle itself. As we have a good look at it, yeah, no, none to actually work with. Now the Loud members, on the other hand, ratting it out on top of the windmills, just chilling above the UAVs.
Look at RQ Kazu, they have control of the entire southeastern side of the circle, and reverse red Saming now finally repositions. They have control of where Fluxo's position up, and Saming is in the front lines, not really the position that you want your sniper to be. Saming repositions again, takes the gold portal to put himself further away from Fluxo. They have the man advantage, and Fluxo trying to keep them at bay with the utilities. Reverse Red on top of the room means that they have vantage point.
It's looking pretty good here. Reverse Red will take the TP up into the high ground here. They know that their backs are relatively clear. Not entirely sure whether or not it's going to get capitalized. Fluxo, unfortunately, doesn't have clear line of sight just yet. And Reverse making sure that they can't come out to that left side.
It's going to be so tough. Diamond inching forward. There's a goal portal. Doesn't seem like Fluxo can take it. And Nina is going to join him as well. They just push into Fluxo, right? We don't need to control the circle right now. We just got to get rid of everyone. RQ Kazu taking advantage of it, but not finding enough. Saming ends up finding loss 21, and RQ Kazu now having to deal with Fluxo. And Busin, 2!
Oh!
1 Busin! That's coming alive when they need it the most. 100 health to work with more than half. And that could be enough. Fluxo getting rid of the individual members of RQ Kazu as Lao gets wiped off the map.
Oh, forced out of their positions. Man, if Woodson was able to get in one more kill, that really would have turned the entire fight around. The 2 was a great amount of work. The 3rd would have been legendary.
Even MT7, this man has been really putting in the work for his team. And now Fluxo really stuck inside his building. Not much space to work with. Those grenades, they're not blocked by the glue walls. Shut up behind. You want to run intervention. It seems like it's not possible. He's already ratted out. Reveal himself and easily dispatch JV out in 4th.
Nice shots coming in from Reverse Red as they're making sure that RQ Kazu and Fluxo cannot walk out of this building safely and must fight each other to deal with it.
It's a kill box. And MT7 actually able to get Diamond. No finisher just yet though. Nameless brings him back. Exposy now, the second one to get down. Actually finished off, but it's the final rush coming in from Reverse Red. They ain't waiting no more. Fluxo taken care of. It's Buzzin. Last man standing and last man to fall. RQ Kazu also left with the captain. Legalov, 1 against 3. Right in front of him is Reverse Red. Reverse Red is going to take the time. No need to rush this one.
Really no need to rush this one at all. If somebody, oh, Homer.
Take up. That's one. Round the corner, instantly traded. And of course an execution. Grand Reverse Red, 2nd Booyah. And the final one to close out the day. Another 30 bomb for this Thai team.
Woo,
unbelievable performance on their first day.
Usually they don't get away with this in Southeast Asia, but it looks like they've been preparing for an international for a while now, and it's really starting to pay off. I mean, a lot of their moves, their aggression, it's very tactical. It's definitely the two-sided coin that we've been talking about this entire day. Well done to Reverse Red with another booyah in the bag.
It's a mixture of, you know, veterans, experienced players, and rising stars. Nameless is a name that has been mentioned multiple times in the local league, in the challenge season. This guy came in as the rookie. If you compare him to everyone else, he's definitely the new blood, the freshest face, and here he is, really making an impact and really allowing veterans like Sami to do his job, and Reverse Red really stepping up. I wouldn't have expected the team from SEA to do this to be Reverse Red.
And you gotta give props where props is due, right? Even for JV, they're consistently getting enough points and placement points to keep them within arm's reach of maybe turning things around in day number 2. But whoa, Reverse Red looking very, very good. INTZ, I'm a little sad for them, I'm not gonna lie, because there's so many positions that they get caught out with, which is not necessarily their fault. It's just they got to call it quits earlier on for the sake of resources, right? Even for teams like Alpha, for an example, having these early engagements and then afterwards getting collapsed upon later on isn't exactly the best look, because what we know for certain, right, is that the Latam teams, they understand how each other work at the very least. Once they've kind of identified which team you're from, especially when you're dropping down those glue walls early, they have a rough protocol on what to do.
I think one of the main challenges that some of these teams, well, the Latin teams run into is that you get overwhelmed very easily, right? You can clearly see that in certain gunfights, INTZ or Alpha 34, sometimes even at NMG, when they start getting overwhelmed by CGGG, you know, JV, you can see the struggle, right? It's that, we are not able to win on these gunfights, but now we have to take it, and it's just a domino effect of them collapsing over, one after the other. I would say Fluxo held on pretty well, like in this position where you are forced to fight for your lives. they're still able to do a number on RQ Kazu, but in the end, they put themselves in a position where Reverse Red just came in and collected the scraps.
I mean, you got to be exceptional in every aspect of this battle royale, right? It's not just about how tactically you can move around the map and approach fights, but also when it comes down to CQC and those quick decision, split-second decision making between the players during the CQC combat, it's so important that sometimes, even without having to comment, you are just providing support for the rest of your teammates.
And SCA players on the game summary through and throughout: Saming, highest assists; Diamond, highest kills; and Legoloff as the glue breaker. And would have thought Reverse Red, we only have 4 rounds today, but they're the only teams that got 2 booyahs. One, I believe, on the Purgatory, second map, and one on Alpine. And the craziest thing of all is that I would have thought that we get to, well, an SCA team gets to somehow silence the Brazilian crowd, at least on day 1.
Well, I mean, if they keep playing like that, I don't know. Maybe they might turn a couple over. But this time around, in terms of total knockdowns, way more. 94 knockdowns with 33 total revives. Overall total damage still not breaking the median too far off with 45,000, but so far so very good. Look at them taking selfies with the new Samsung. Ah, I wish I had one.
I wish I had one too. The S24 Ultra, right? Galaxy AI is already here. But of course, if you guys are looking for a career change or a career evolution, you want to involve AI, you can do that with DHL as well. It's all of our partners making this possible. So if you guys are checking out the Reverse Red Instagram, well, not Instagram, but social media in general, you know that every single selfie means a booyah.
Yep.
So they have 2 so far.
They're just racking it up. They're going to try and rack it up some more tomorrow as well. And I think, you know, now that at least we've got a good taste of what everybody is capable of here, some teams we didn't get to see as much because they keep bowing out too early on. So there's still a couple of question marks in my mind coming in towards day 2.
Yeah. And today is just more like your 100-meter sprint, right? You it finished very quickly. The teams that got off to a great start are some of them able to maintain the momentum. Some of them, well, most of them actually, right? RQ Kazu still finishing top 3.
Yeah.
Fluxo top 3. Reverse Red, slow game 1, but after that it was just a full-on map dash towards the very end. But this is just kind of a taste of what this Mobile Masters can offer. Tomorrow is the marathon, and that is where you really start to test the stamina and the endurance of all of these teams and see if the teams that perform today can continue that tomorrow. We also got to thank Snapdragon Elite Gaming for making this possible. When winning matters on the biggest stage of it all, you need those chipsets to power up your gameplay and to optimize your device.
I'm getting word from my producers that they're going to be sending us the new Samsung S24 Ultra. The Galaxy AI is already here, and obviously with Reverse Red, I think BRU needs to take a couple of notes. For one, picking up this phone to improve their gameplay, to get 2 booyahs, maybe in a row.
A good device with optimized chipset. You know what else you need? You need to optimize your own body with Monster Energy. Level up your gameplay, unleash the beast within you with Monster Energy. Check them out at www.monsterenergy.com/gaming.
If you're into the fad of AI, maybe consider leveling up your career with DHL, where you can find your job right here at esl.gg/FE-career and maybe see some of the positions that you might be qualified for when you spend all that time figuring out how to make great prompts, or better yet, learning the software itself.
And you might be able to pet the robotic dog that they have. I've always
yes!
always liked that thing.
There's a name for it. I'll get back to you tomorrow about
Patches?
the name.
I don't know, man. That's the first thing I'll figure it out. But of course, thank you to all of them for making this possible. Give us this cool live set. If you've seen the English broadcast on other days, we have the cool AI, well, not AI, the green screen, the virtual set. That's what I'm looking for. Powered by AI.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe it's Big Cogs, the name of the dog. Big Cogs. Huge cogs, as a matter of fact. I'm messing with you. I have no idea. Well, with that being said, tomorrow's going to be a very interesting set of games, because after today, this is just the croutons of the soup. We haven't really gotten to the meat and the heart of the sauce just yet. And I think the adaptations have already started. We saw in game number 3 and 4 that a lot of teams started, well, I wouldn't say changing their playstyle. Either they doubled down on, like CGGG, hey, if we're winning these fights anyways, might as well throw everything in the wall and see what sticks. Other teams, on the other hand, JV Esports, I think with a couple of safer drops, minuscule fights here and there, you can see that they're not only collecting position, but they're also collecting kill points at the same time.
I think Reverse Red also, right? They just amped up the aggression. RQ Kazu realized that, all right, We're not the best in fighting. We'll slow it down a little bit, but we are taking advantages of all of these scrappy fights. That's how they made top 3. Not the highest amount of eliminations, but just enough to get them good placement points.
Another team that I'm looking out for, Loud in particular. They have some very good ideas of making it actually towards the ring. It's just they can't get that final step over. By the time they're about to finish that last member, they're going to get thirded. So it's either quicker fights or keep it tactical, right? Because so far the teams that have been excelling very often are the teams who take the most tactical approach. And then there's RQ Kazu, who's just like, look at the landscape, looks good, I understand where everything is. All right. That's the team that we want to attack right now.
It's National Geographic for the first 10 minutes, and then it's Crocodile Hunter.
And then it's Crocodile Hunter immediately after. And I think, teams are going to start adjusting to the playstyle, right? What phases of the game are you expecting Southeast Asian teams to actually look to assert dominance, or what conditions they're looking for? And even for the Brazilian teams, their defense is looking so solid. When they're gatekeeping a team, oh my goodness, it feels like there's no holes.
Yeah. And I'm liking the fact that they're willing to take on the challenges from SEA, right? They're not 100%. Like, while SEA team likes to fight, we just don't fight them. They are taking the fight. Team Solid was a very good example. But of course, a team that I have been, wondering how they'll perform on the stage is Indostars, and we have a video on them, so check it out.
Gente, agora eu tô numa área restritíssima aqui. A gente tem que falar um pouquinho baixo porque os jogadores estão treinando aqui. E o que acontece se eu bater em alguma porta aqui, meus... Será que time que é esse aqui? Indostars. Eles estão treinando agora. Hi! Gente, vou aproveitar que eu já tô aqui, já entrei e invadi, vou fazer algumas perguntinhas pra eles aqui. Oi, meu filho. Você gostou da comida do Brasil? Aqui pra mim.
Bagus.
Oh, que bom. Porque a nossa comida é a melhor que tem, né, meu filho? A gente já sabe. Você gostou? Já tá dormindo bem? Já tá acostumado com o fuso horário?
10 o'clock.
Ah, ok. Ele tem que se acostumar mesmo, gente, porque já tem competição, entendeu? Você gostou do nosso clima daqui?
Sini cuacanya dingin. Iya.
Gente, tá falando que lá na Indonésia é muito mais calor do que aqui. Eu tô assim, pasma, sabe? Porque a gente acha muito calor aqui já. Mas enfim, não vou mais atrapalhar os meus meninos aqui da Indostars, entendeu? Muito obrigada. Thank you. Obrigada por nos receberem aqui. Can you say hi for the camera?
Bye.
Bye, Stu. Bye, is good too. Então, bora, gente. Não vamos atrapalhar mais eles, não. Para. Pelo amor de Deus.
Oh, that's an infiltration of the Indostars camp. Of course, on our screens, this is the Loud walking in the morning in focus as they enter the arena.
I was expecting the fireworks. I was expecting, the paint sprays to be going off here. I was expecting the crowds as well, but it looks like they came really early this time around to actually prepare and get warmed up. They're taking this competition seriously. It's Mobile Masters for a reason, I guess.
I mean, the crowd was already like inside, right? You see banners, you see what do you call that? Face paint.
Yes,
face paint, and then some people brought a wig. So Loud fans are something else. If I remember correctly, I'm not sure if this is exclusive to the players or if it's a merch, but Loud have these Loud chains. If you see like those silver necklaces.
Yes.
I think Magic Squad, well, currently Fluxo, but when they were with Magic Squad, I think they also have that Magic Squad chain. I wonder if Alpha has it.
Oh, hard to say. But I'm curious to see some of the other teams actually walking into the venue this time around. And what times do they actually do it? As we cut over to the next clip here, I'm seeing people walking around. This, I wouldn't say morning, would it? It wouldn't be that early, right?
So Indostars, the players said that it is actually hotter in Southeast Asia. Then again, looking at the weather, it does look chilly there.
It could be more humid here in Southeast Asia,
more
so. I mean, he did say ding in, which is well, never mind. That's diving too deep into it. Here comes our next set of teams making their way towards the stage.
Yeah, I mean, we have Miners and INTZ coming in from the same van. Of course, these two teams currently on the leaderboard, INTZ are having it the worst, right? Still at the bottom, very unfortunate. MNG trying to find that bit of grip. They had some good encounters, but a lot of times they run these third parties. they start getting overwhelmed with these aggressive plays and they eventually crumble. So I think these two teams are under the most pressure, I would say, from the LATAM side. And again, we don't see them too often on the international stage, so this could be kind of the first exposure to our SCA plays.
I mean, I would agree with that. I mean, especially for minors, they walked away from the challenge finals, the LATAM challenge finals, in first place. So I was expecting them to have a somewhat more consistent overall standing amongst the rest of the teams, but then again, they haven't actually faced an international before, or more importantly so, they haven't dealt with the combination of LATAM teams mixed in with Southeast Asian. You don't know until you get into conflict before you figure out which team it actually is, or they drop their glue wall pretty early on. But still, nevertheless, I would have expected them to be doing a little bit better than they currently are now. INTZ, on the other hand, I agree with you. Again, it has been very, very tough for them. It could be the shock of how I wouldn't even say the word aggressive, just how explosive some of these Southeast Asian teams, like, oh, nobody got picked off. Why are they just running at us now?
Yeah, and sometimes it's like, oh, wait, I got shot from behind. Who is that? You know, it's all these chaotic engagement that really throws them off. I think I want to add on to your point about minors. They got first place, and then you look at Fluxo, right? Came in as a third seed, and right now, the best team, well, at least the best representative from LATAM, they might not finish first by the end of day one, but they sure as heck can finish first tomorrow, at least have a chance to finish first.
They've definitely gotten some really good positions. Same can be said about Loud. I think, you know, their endgame positions look really, really good once they've kind of like tactically assessed the entire situation and the possibilities that could happen. Unfortunately, is executing upon it sometimes in, well, the uncertainty of chaos when a Southeast Asian team decides, hey, I like your position and I'm not willing to wait for you to leave it.
Yeah, and SCA teams, they're willing to push out of the circle just to take you out. We've seen plenty of that examples. I think Loud are still a bit of what we saw last year on the world stage. Loud has, like you said, right, they are very good at reading the circle. They're very good in finding that end game spot. And then when it comes up to these crucial gunfights, that's where Loud starts to struggle a little bit. I think CQC is where they run into certain bits of problem. They're relying a lot on Lost 21, but this man, sometimes it can be a hit or miss, right? Sometimes he bites off a bit more than he could chew. They're relying a lot on Drax from their long-range support, but he himself is not going to be enough. So I think Loud as a collective, when it comes to these close quarter combats, that's where they need to kind of step up a little bit.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say step up, but it's definitely a plateau that we're seeing a lot of these Brazilian teams and even LATAM teams are going to face when it comes down to being an overall good team, whether long range, short range, and even in CQC. These three different types of ways of actually approaching combat is what makes at least some of the best teams, what we've seen from Fluxo, and as well as BRU as an all-rounded team. If somebody ain't covering themselves, you got to do it for them, and it takes a lot of chemistry and a lot of time to make it work.
And I think the best example, at least after day one, is Reverse Red. And of course, we got a bit of highlights on all the selfies taken, of course, with the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Like Reverse Red just now, well, right now, seeing on your screens, and I believe this is RQ Kazu. Not having fun in Brazil.
They're having too much fun in Brazil. They've already cleared out this time, getting prepared and starting their scrims to adapt for tomorrow's games, because that's going to be one hell of a preparation tonight for a lot of these teams, these analysts, and especially these coaches.
Yeah, I think especially when some of these teams, they've gotten a taste of what the Brazilian environment is going to be like, and there's actually a chance for them to return to Brazil at the end of this year. It's going to make them even hungrier.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be awe-inspiring when we're walking away with the Snapdragon Mobile Masters trophy, looking fire as heck.
Yeah, that is crazy.
They didn't even tell us what they changed it that much.
No, I didn't even know that the trophy looked like that. I thought it's I didn't even know we had a trophy.
Yeah, I thought it was just the pedestal one with the circle in it. Yeah, we thought so too. We thought so too.
I thought it's like the one I usually see back in school. You know, the first. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Sorry. I know exactly what you're talking about, which is the worst part. The worst part about
the medal.
This bit. The medal.
When was the last time you get a medal for an esports tournament?
Oh, a medal.
A medal,
oh, this is gonna make me seem so much more Southeast Asian. I would say the SEA Games.
Yeah, well,
the Olympics is another good one, but that's not as esports related.
That's as close as we can get, I guess.
Unless it's Esports Olympics, they have archery. Archery?
Oh, wait, we had it in Singapore, right? We have well, we're getting off tangent.
We're getting a little off tangent here. It is early. It is very, very early for us here in Southeast Asia. But so much so, it just shows the quality and level that we are getting off of the Mobile Masters itself, and just a taste of what future, at least for the Free Fire esports direction, is going to look like, especially for the top 0.1%.
Especially in the ecosystem of competitive Free Fire, right? If we look outside of the Mobile Masters, other tournaments, we usually don't get to play with Latin teams. We get to play with, sometimes play with Europe, we get to play with MENA, but we never get to directly play against Latin. So this is such a breath of fresh air. With that being said, it is early in the morning. It's like, what, 9 a.m. Fresh air is outside. We're gonna close our shop and actually end the day. But remember, today is just a taste of what Mobile Masters has to offer. We'll be back here tomorrow with the final 8 games to see who will lift that Mobile Masters trophy for Snapdragon Pro Series Mobile Masters Free Fire. Until then, have a great rest of the day. I wish you guys goodbye. See you tomorrow.
ผมจะแสดงผลงานให้ผมดูครับ ผมจะไม่พูดมากครับ ผมจะแสดงผลงานให้ผมดูครับ
Yeah, yeah, we're rising up. No, nobody can stop me, can't fight this rush. No, I won't stop, top 3 is the final push. Can't imitate how we be, better keep it hush. But I can't hide this buzz, cause we're rising up. Yeah, we're rising up. Yeah, we're rising up. Yeah, we're rising up. In the moment, stay focused. I smell the wind and it's potent. I remain the main component, cause they all know I'm the coldest. So cold that they frozen, overwhelmed by the notion. Pressure building, it's over when you feel the explosion. Yeah, they call me the showman. The way I'm shining, I'm